2.0 does not let you sleep. This idea is our dream that inspire us think beyond Earth.
So, to understand this island, like we all know about the rover. So, if any problems comes like our solar panel get destroyed by any storm or anything else, so for that we given a many solutions. Mirage.
To solve those problems, we design a rover that use multiple power source. For example, solar, dynamo.
Suspension, antenna for communication, and camera for visuals. Now, I will tell you about the energy systems. The first one is solar panel. That is a tower charging. There is a tower that also charges our rover.
So basically we take inspiration by our Chandrayaan 3, where the Chandrayaan only sent for researching in moon. It's only one lunar hour or 14 days on Earth. So we think if are we sending our expensive equipments, why should we send for a short duration of time? We extend their time and we also, can I say Hindi? हमने ये सोचा कि अगर हम अपने खर्चा करके सब कुछ हम भेज रहे रिसर्च करने के लिए, वो हम कुछ दिनों के लिए क्यों भेजें या कुछ महीनों के लिए क्यों भेजें? वाई शुड वी नॉट सेंड देम फॉर लॉन्ग पीरियड्स, कई साल कई महीने या फिर 10 साल 20 साल? इससे हमें ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन, और एक बार हमने अगर इसको खर्चा करके भेज दिया, ये हमारा लॉन्ग टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट बन जाएगा उस प्लानट में. सर बिकॉज क्योंकि मून जो है उसमें क्या कहते हैं रात के मतलब जो घूमता रिवॉल्व करता है, तो रात में ऐसा होता है कि वहाँ का माइनस टेम्परेचर वाज इन माइनस. सो जो रोवर का सिस्टम है दैट नॉट हैंडल दैट कंडीशन. मार्स पे हमने सैटेलाइट भेजा था जो हाल ही में वो ख़राब हो गया बिकॉज कि वो बैक साइड चला गया वहाँ.
Make more space for the urban development. This will help in not harming the environment or causing any more disasters. Why do we need this? It tests costly adaptation strategies like building sea walls before we build them, ensuring we pick the best option. India is projected to spend over $1.05 trillion on climate adaptation by 2030. This massive investment must be spent perfectly. This will help the government in planning this fund diligently. Let us start with the case study. Case study 1, disaster management. Planners can use virtual reality to plan and execute the rescue operations and placing proper shelters, food aid, medical aid, and all the other resources, saving valuable life and time during actual disasters. Next. Who all is involved? From satellites to citizens, everyone plays an integral role in this project. Agencies like the Ministry of Earth Sciences, its weather centers, and ISRO will together be led by the government. Public-private partnership. We need the high-speed data and high-resolution images of private Indian companies, like those building the National Earth Observation Satellite System, which will help feed the twin with the sub-meter level details. The citizen sensor network. Citizens are our ground truth sensors because they give us on the ground real information which will help to improve the data given by the satellites and the machines. People already report local issues like using the Bhuvan Ganga app to report the pollution in the Ganga apps. The citizen sensor network. How can we trust data from any citizen? It uses the blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is a continuous list of records which uses cryptography to make it secure and reliable. How will it be governed? A dedicated national digital twin steering committee will ensure all these groups share data securely and without friction. How and when will this happen? The technology we will use from satellites, drones and ground sensors, AI or machine learning will help to fuse the data together, and the Param Rudra supercomputers will be powering the massive speed required for these simulations. How will ISRO contribute in this? ISRO will give the power to the massive computers which we need to run the complex simulations in real time. ISRO works with Indian private companies to launch constellations, fleets of small specialized satellites, only to monitor the disaster spots. And ISRO will ensure the digital twin is world class, the collaboration with global agencies on climate change and advanced digital modeling. So to conclude, it's the necessary investment to combat projected climate costs and achieve sustainable development goals. It will transform India from a nation that responds to crisis into a nation that predicts and prevents.
How much data is needed for prediction?
So, sir, we'll be using AI and machine learning.
How much data? How?
It actually, we need the past, like the rainfall data or
How much here?
pollution in sky is. We have sunlight inner layer, which uses solar energy to kill harmful gases. Next, we have air ionizers, which on contact of dust settles the dust and helps in removing dust from air. Also, we can use bio-air capsules, which creates which are eco-friendly bacteria and breeds toxic gases. Now let me this is the basic. This is this is the model of this is the model of this layer river in which there is a satellite core and this is the ground seven centers and it is made up of nanofibers, carbon nanofibers. Now what makes it unique? It is very lightweight, cost-effective, uses solar energy, renewable in nature, and
mechanism, natural resources, utilization, consumption, output, product and good services, production and externality. An externality is a cost or benefit of an economic activity experienced by an unrelated third party. Positive externality, transfer of benefits. Negative externality, transfer of costs. Till we realize the meaning of environment properly, we never paid attention to the negative externalities of our economic activities, or rather all our activities. We never acknowledge the cost of economic activities forced upon the unrelated third parties. Excessive and irrational uses of resources from century have heavily affected the ecosystem and posed our threat to the growth of potential of. This ultimately paved the path.
Harmful. We need for clean, renewable and continuous energy. Limitation of current solar energy. Current solar energy is not available 24/7 and efficiency decreases with high temperature. Battery storage are expensive and has limited life, and these all problems are my project solution. This is my project. I will divide two parts. First, I will increase solar efficiency, and second part, solar panel work 24/7. This first part, Peltier module integration. This is the diagram. I will install Peltier module backside of the solar panel and heat sink. This Peltier module convert heat into electricity and solar panel convert light into electricity. So the daytime, if the solar panel is heated, so decrease its efficiency. But I will install this Peltier module. This Peltier module convert extra heat, solar panel extra heat into electricity. So the solar efficiency is 2x. Next. This is my second solution. It is solar panel work 24/7. Let's see. I installed mirror satellite in space and launch in space. This mirror reflects sunlight to the earth during night time. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, हाफ साइड अर्थ पे सोलर सनलाइट है और हाफ साइड पे नहीं है. जहाँ पे सनलाइट है वहाँ से हमने जो सैटेलाइट मिरर लॉन्च किए हैं वो सैटेलाइट मिरर रिफ्लेक्ट करेंगे हमारे सोलर प्लांट पे सनलाइट रात में. तो ये जो मिरर है 10x10 स्क्वायर मीटर का मिरर ऑलमोस्ट 5 जो डिस्टेंस है 540 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस जब होगा तब 5 किलोमीटर का
Counterparts across the globe. Sustainable development aims to attain a state of society where living conditions and resources are used to continue meet humans' need without undermining the integrity and stability of the environment. Sustainable development bringing to
बेटा, what is your idea? आपका आइडिया क्या है? प्रोजेक्ट आइडिया क्या है? ये तो मतलब जनरल डिस्कशन हो गया, इस जनरल टॉपिक के बारे में बता रहा हूँ.
Economic growth.
सॉरी, क्या है आपका आइडिया?
Economic growth.
इकोनॉमिक गोल.
उसके लिए क्या करना है?
ठीक है, नाइट्स के लिए मिनट बोले, ठीक है, डे में आपका सैटेलाइट काम करेगा. अगर क्लाउड्स हैं तब कैसे काम करेगा?
हाँ, क्लाउड के तब क्या होगा, अपनी एफिशिएंसी जो मिरर है उसकी जब नाइट में क्लाउड हो गए तब उसकी एफिशिएंसी थोड़ी सी कम होगी पर वो काम करेगा. मतलब कि जितने ज़्यादा क्लाउड हो गए उतनी एफिशिएंसी कम होगी. अभी नॉर्मल हाँ दिन में तो अपना सनलाइट भी रहता है और अपना मिरर भी रहता है जिससे कि और ज़्यादा 2x एफिशिएंसी पेल्टियर मॉडल रहेगा उससे 3x एफिशिएंसी हो जाएगी. मतलब दिन में तो टेंशन नहीं है, रात में एफिशिएंसी कम होगी पर काम करेगा.
You said that your project is having two solution, you said, right? Do you find any limitations in your project? Because every project comes with its own limitation. You haven't mentioned anything about the limitation of your project.
Is very good, but still our wins because it has a mimic mode in which it can take place of a person. And now you will be thinking how will we implement it and the problems you will face while implementing it. I have a solution. So while to implement it, we will use a series of sensors, temperature and humidity sensors, and gas sensors like MQ7 and MQ135 in a large scale. And problems will be that, and we will use Raspberry Pi for its brain. And in future, if it's in future, because it's not now possible, we will give it a shape of a suit, so that it will save the human bones and muscles from getting damaged. So while implementing it, durability is a problem. We will use carbon fiber and smart implementing to reduce the durability problem, and also that it can be misused on Earth. We will program it specially that it does nothing if it's not on the space exploration or it is light interaction.
लॉन्ग टर्म में प्रोजेक्ट होगा 10 साल 20 साल तब उसकी कॉस्ट भी कम होगी ना. थर्मल प्लांट में ज़्यादा कॉस्ट लगती है, इससे कम कॉस्ट में हो जाएगा. लॉन्ग टर्म में कम कॉस्ट में हो जाएगा. ओके, थैंक यू.
Good. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
auto-generated, as well as it will also share my real-time location to the pre-selected contacts. Now note the fact pre-selected contacts, I'll be explaining this term later on. Well, a point to be noted is that unlike other online apps which may be present in your mobile phone, unlike those apps, this system which I propose, it will be only based on the hardware aggressors, meaning it is not application based. And here comes the miracle. Since it is not application based, it can be used even when the phone is locked, where most of the apps just fail to provide help. And as per the objective, it is obviously to develop such an inbuilt system in our devices that will communicate the risk to the trusted contacts in just a fraction of seconds. Now, let's come to the key features. First, we have the power button activation, as I already explained, that if the person is in danger and like if I feel that someone is stalking me and if I feel that I am safe, then I will simply press the power button 3 to 4 times and it will automatically activate the system. Next comes the preset contacts. So this is a very important feature. How come? This feature allows the users to select the contacts of the trusted ones. And when the button will be pressed, the SOS message as well as the location will be sent to those.
And what are microplastics, so that it is helpful to understand the next processes. So microplastics are found in two ways. First is primary microplastics. Second is secondary microplastic. In primary microplastics, industry produces microplastics such as microplastics found in toothpaste and cosmetics and etc. And in secondary cosmetics, when there is breakdown of big plastic into smaller microplastics, then it comes in secondary microplastics. For example, bottle, plastic bottle, polythene, net fabrics that fisherman uses, etc. The problems. So the problems the problem in the ocean is that the river every year takes millions of microplastics in the oceans, and it also affects the marine system, marine life, and also the human beings, as humans are using cosmetics and all that. So toothpaste also, so that microplastics are also flowing through our blood. So that's one of the most problem. So my solution is divert. This is how
They are a system which check the drought regions. So the farmers or even the common man knows that if there is a drought which is going to strike. Right now, it is being tested in Gujarat, but in future, it will surely move to a wider scope. And if we talk,
which tracks the real-time quantity of all the food items that you have in your kitchen in an app. So whenever the stock is running low below threshold, you get notifications on your app. So you can see what all products you have in your kitchen and how much quantity you have it in. So the food can go without being unused. And in commercial setups, we can also scale it so that large inventories can check how their food is getting used, since it's way harder for them to track it. So next slide. Now the working principle of SCEM is, basically we have these load cells that will, on this we will place our food containers. So the load cells will take the data in analog form. They will then send the real-time quantity of that to the A to D converter. So then the A to D converter will send the analog signals to digital form, and those digital signals will be sent to a microcontroller. Then from that microcontroller, it will be sent to a cloud database through Wi-Fi, and then all that data will be stored in your app about all the stuff that you have and in what quantity. So whenever all the stuff that you have is running below threshold, you will get notifications on your app.
Parameters that are needed. Here are some more applications. You can check the crop health. You can monitor your crop health again with NDVI, and there are many more indices for that. Soil and moisture analysis. Again, it can help a farmer that which kind of which kind of seed he can sow in the soil that he has, and then yield forecasting. It can help the farmer to predict that how much yield can he have this year. Now, if we talk about regional use cases, in Odisha, the World Bank supported irrigation project which uses satellite data for climate smart advisories in 15 districts, serving around 125,000 smallholders, or in Maharashtra, in districts. Jawan, Jai Kisan. There will obviously be challenges here as well. Adoption is still limited by fragmented land holding and cost, because still many zamindars are there, or even this has only been accessed to large landowners. The small landowners are still kind of deprived of this technology. But our goal is to spread this knowledge. If I talk about our school has taken initiatives talking to gardeners around our parks, and when we gave them a prototype to test it, we had positive results. So in conclusion, remote sensing is transforming Indian agriculture from top to bottom by providing real-time granular field data, and it enables smart decision. Looking ahead, remote sensing combined with AI can change the world or even bring the second green revolution. Thank you.
So how your model will work actually?
So sir, if I talk about our model, it has a multispectral sensor, which, so as I talked about it,
To add is, with SKIM, you will get QR codes, scanners, which will be like in sticker form. So you can put them on your jars, and with SKIM, there will be a scanner. तो उसी में ही जैसे आपकी जो एक्सपायरेशन डेट होगी वो भी स्कैन होके साथ में आपके साथ आ जाएगी. तो उसकी जो रियल टाइम क्वांटिटी और उसकी एक्सपायरेशन कितनी है वो सारा आपके पास स्टोर होगा. तो मतलब अगर वो रन लो हो रहा है तो भी नोटिफिकेशन आएंगे, और एक्सपायरेशन आने वाला है तब भी, कि मतलब आप एक्सपायर्ड खाना ना खाएं. Next slide. So to conclude, it's obviously a very practical and impactful solution. It's not only convenient, but it also something that is really important for us. Like the problem that it can solve is very crucial. So with smart pricing and the extension features that we have planned for the app, SKIM can grow to home kitchens to even large restaurants. Thank you. Any questions?
Will it be possible for leafy vegetables?
What's up?
Leafy vegetables.
Vegetables.
Is it only for dry meals or sabjiyan, fruits, sabko bhi se?
It tracks the weight, so we can obviously use fruits and vegetables too. Right now we are using it so that it can take weight from the jars. So for the dry stuff, and you can also use oils and stuff.
How you are going to convert your weight into quantity?
Weight into?
Because you said how much.
जस्ट अभी निकाली है. अगर आप देख सकते हो तो मैं बहुत टाइम से पीछे था क्योंकि मेरे लैपटॉप में बैटरी नहीं थी.
So if you are a judge, and if you will you be allowing everyone कि नहीं वो last minute को आप project वहाँ पे add करो?
हाँ, that's the point. If I can like.
Because I have to judge you with basis what you have presented to me.
Yes sir.
Right? तो मैं किस basis पे आपको judge करूँ? अगर जो model देखना है या जिस पे बात करनी है.
Sir, just
project
one
is
second.
really good,
हाँ
no
हाँ.
doubt. भले वो.
Sir, I have an image if I can show you.
Okay, no, but after that, not now.
Okay.
Because we are done with the time.
Okay.
But just keep in mind as a learning.
Yes sir.
पहले आप लास्ट मोमेंट को और हम आपको बता रहे हैं अगर आपने 2-3 नंबर के बाद आप प्रेजेंट करना आधे घंटे के बाद प्रेजेंट करो कोई बात नहीं है.
सर जो मेरा टीममेट है उसका लाइक रोल नंबर उसका वो नंबर 21 था, तो कैन भी जब लाइक नंबर 21 आए तो हम आपको तब दिखा दें उसकी फ़ोटो वगैरह.
ये प्रेजेंटेशन में इंक्लूड नहीं होगा.
हाँ.
दैट्स फॉर श्योर.
ठीक है.
बट टेक एज अ लर्निंग जो आपको दिखाना है इट शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ योर प्रोजेक्ट. दैट्स मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट.
And one more thing I want to ask, what is the cost of multispectral camera?
I mean, it's actually surprisingly low. क्योंकि yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
What is the cost?
क्योंकि जो कॉस्ट जिन पे ज़्यादा जाता है वो बहुत पिक्सल
So, good morning, respected jury members. I am Priyanshi with my teammates Ritika and Manat. We are here to represent KIIT World School. Our project is Safe Kavach that aims at enhancing safety with the help of innovation and smart technology. So, sir, please. So, as we all know that there are rising safety concerns in society, especially for the vulnerable groups like women, children, and elderly. So, basically, the traditional measures often react after the danger occurs, but our Safe Kavach bridges this gap with a proactive, wearable, and lightweight bracelet that instantly sends the SOS alerts on detecting distress.
Sir, Safe Kavach is a wearable safety device that uses AI to track your emotions and distress automatically. It sends SOS alerts and your live location to emergency contacts in critical situations, ensuring timely help and protection anytime, anywhere.
Next slide, please. So, basically the innovation of our project combined.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Pragya, from class 11th, Ramesh International School, here to present our project, AgriTile. This is a project that transforms agricultural waste into sustainable roofing. It is an innovative step towards solving India's two urgent challenges. First, that is agricultural waste management, and the second, that is the sustainable roofing. Our project takes something common from farm residue such as rice husk, coconut coir, or the sugarcane bagasse and turn it into something eco-friendly and durable, sustainable or durable tiles that not only protect our home but also our planet. Let us see the dual crisis that we are solving from our project. Next slide, please.
Next slide.
The dual crisis which our project solves, the first, that is the agricultural waste which is being produced throughout the year, like around 500 million is produced and out of which 140 million is burned. Mostly in the region we have seen northern India. Mostly, prominently, the Punjab and Haryana, we have heard lots of cases. So that leads to, when the agricultural waste is burned, that leads to the pollutants that is released in the air, and now we know the air quality index of our country. The second, that is the unsustainable construction. As we use the traditional clay, cement for the housing material structures, so they took lots of energy, they consume lots of energy for their production, and carbon dioxide is released more. And whereas in the rural areas, these materials, they are heavy, they are expensive, and also poor insulation is there. So AgriTile provides the single solution to the dual problems. So let us have a look towards what are the things which we are using for preparation or the production of the AgriTile. The first, that is the rice husk and wheat straw, prominently being found in Punjab and Haryana. And this rice husk and wheat, why we are using it? Because it do have a strong binding capacity and thermal insulation, most important point. The second is the sugarcane bagasse. The sugarcane bagasse do provides durability and strength. And the most important point is that it is moisture resistant. The third is the coconut coir and husk. So the coconut coir and husk is ideal for the coastal weather. So we are using it. Let us now have a look towards the data. This data represents that how much percentage of the residue which has been, the agricultural waste which has been produced in these states such as Punjab, Haryana, how much is being burned. The light shaded portion represent how much percentage is burned. And so we can see that Punjab and Haryana are the states which are the one contributing for that. So from taking the raw material from such states will be beneficial, will be cost effective, and will be beneficial and will be cost effective. Okay, second time. Now let's have a view towards the market opportunity for our project. As we know, Indian roofing market represents a massive 50,000 crore worth of.
यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं 1960 से लेकर 2020 में एवरेज का रेट कितना ज़्यादा बढ़ा है। ये बायोगैस हमें वार्निंग देता है कि अब एक्शन लेना जरूरी है।
तो इसके आइडियाज हमने लिए और रिसर्चेस किए। हमने इसरो, नासा और रॉस्कोमॉस से हमने ये चीज़ें रिसर्च करें, क्योंकि नॉलेज जो है वो हमें कहीं ना कहीं से लेनी पड़ेगी, ऐसी दिमाग में नहीं आती। तो हमने हर जगह से हमने रिसर्च करा है।
And okay, now let us to understand how effective our project is, we have to do some surveys or the plot program. So after whatever the results or whatever the performance our product have given us, so the advantages of our product are firstly the temperature reduction. It's really very important. It's really very important point to be noted that it provide cooler interior in our houses. Means once it has been insulated, roofing is being done, it provides us a cooler environment in our houses. Then the second, that is it saves energy. Once the environment in the house has already been cooler, will not require any of the devices for cooling it. So therefore it will reduce the 20% of energy will be reduced. Electricity bill due to improved thermal insulation, so it will reduce cooling requirements. The third, that is the water leakage. As we are using the sugarcane bagasse, it do have a moist resistance. So because of that only, there is no water leakage. And therefore, water absorption is even less than 0.08%. So once the tile has been produced, we do have insulated in our room, and then we get the results. It's not a huge scale. We have not done it on a huge scale, but a testing series was done. Now, the growth roadmap, if we just use these agri tiles, if we just replace it from the traditional tiles which we are using. So, firstly, we have to produce it in a small scale, and then
Care is a global challenge due to the need for constant monitoring and manual insulin management. Our artificial pancreas, it utilizes affordable, widely available electronic components for easy and cost-effective implementation. It demonstrates a feedback control system that automates insulin delivery. Next slide, please.
This brings us to our problem statement. It affects millions of people around the globe. And for those who are suffering from this disease, maintaining safe glucose level is a daily struggle. So basically, there are two types of diabetes. Type 1, in which it occurs when pancreas fails to produce insulin. This occurs by birth or genetically. And next is type 2, when our body fails to, doesn't use the insulin. Our body doesn't use the insulin, and this occurs due to the unhealthy lifestyle and lack of exercises and many things. So, and managing it all manually is very hard. So we ask ourselves, what if this entire process could be automated? To To address this challenge, we developed a cost-effective artificial pancreas model. The system continuously monitors stimulated blood glucose level and automatically delivers insulin, and this process will be furthermore precised. Our prototype provides a practical and innovative solution to everyday challenge faced by diabetic patients. This bridges the gap between advanced medical technology and affordability, making the concept accessible for education, research, and low-cost healthcare innovation.
Now we talk about the scientific concepts and analogy. Our model stimulates the pancreas function in regulating glucose levels with insulin. We replace red blood and insulin with liquid
incidents of harassments, assault, and violence remain alarmingly common. As a response to these challenges, our innovation has stopped in with the unique and powerful situation that is smart jewelry. These are not just stylish accessories, but wearable devices from GPS tracking and emergency alerts to audio recording and real-time location sharing. Smart jewelry offers discrete protection to both functional and fashionable in critical moments.
So, presentation is good, no doubt. But one takeout, whenever you are in any number, okay, you have to be 100% sure about that one. If you are saying the whole product you are selling with a base price of 32, so whenever there is a question that how 32, so you should be having it like a ready reckoner. If you are getting confused to demonstrate the 32 rupees, then the whole crux is now blasted, right? So it's not going to impact at this point of time, but take as a learning.
Yes,
if you
sir.
are coming with a number, you have to be 100% sure with the number. So, any questions? Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Siddharth?
Yes.
शेड्यूल को देना पड़ेगा और ये जो पाई चार्ट है इट इज शोइंग प्रियोरिटी बाय हस्बैंड्स एंड हिज रिलेटिव्स और ऑरेंज वन इज शोइंग किडनैपिंग एंड adjust the focus a bit so that the screen is visible and this graph it is the comparison between states. None of the states here below 70, so let's see what is the reasons to overcome this problem. So
Okay, Angelina.
Can you tell us what is smart jewelry? Yes, sure. Smart jewelry refers to wearable accessories. As I told you that they are present in rings, bracelets, necklaces, and many more
Original or
jewelries that women wears. So it helps by because it connects it to the Bluetooth and it is wireless and accessible on the internet. In previous situation, the woman can use it by just clicking on the button and pressing that, and it can get the help in just the seconds. So can you please tell how it works? Yes. Let's understand this. Let's understand this by a flowchart. Here, a woman is assaulted by an assaulter, but she was wearing a smart pendant. Manually and vocally वो activate हो जाता है. Then activate होने के बाद video recording, sound recording और उसकी जो लोकेशन है वो सब शेयर हो जाती है टू द पुलिस और उसके बाद जो वो सीसीटीवी को एक्टिवेट कर देगा.
Results to a very big loss that one faces. So here we have this solution for the lifts that go through this free fall. So this idea originated from a real life incident that one of my friends faced. They used to live in Mumbai. At that time, the lifts were not very advanced and sophisticated like they are today. So the rope of the lift got cut down and the lift fell on the ground, which caused the lift to collapse and even the person to die. This issue that I have addressed, it works on the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction and Lenz's law. What it does, what we have done, can I get the image? What we have done is we have attached a copper model at the base of the lift with neodymium magnets attached on the passenger bottom. What happens when the lift is going through a free fall, when the rope cuts down and the lift falls down with a great velocity, this system helps to rearrange the flux in such a manner that it creates a virtual flux, a virtual cushion, which avoids the lift to fall down with a very maximum velocity and prevents the extreme acceleration and velocity of the lift to cause the death of the person. This acts as a protective cushion, as I mentioned, and this very thing...
Our project reaches everyone who needs it. Can we move to our next slide? And so, as we conclude, let me remind you, diabetes is not just a disease. It's a daily challenge. Every check, every prick of an injection is a reminder of how much strength people with diabetes show every single day. And if technology can ease any part of that pain, that is wonderful. And it's not just innovation, it's an impact. And our artificial pancreas model may look simple, but it represents something powerful. A vision of a world where machines care like human and shows compassion and serves with compassion. We believe that change sometimes it doesn't come from big billion-dollar labs, but from a simple idea, aiming or dreaming to bring a change and make a better work. Thank you for your precious time.
Also accounts for free fall lifts. If a power is cut, then generator sometimes fails to execute its powers. And henceforth, our model helps to correct this issue that people are facing. Overcapacity is also responsible with 7.9%. All these can be prevented by this one thing. Life is above all. And our model is based on the laws of physics. Physics never fails. Physics will always work 101%. So as I mentioned earlier, the result is reducing the gravitational impact, henceforth slowing down the kinetic energy of the model, providing it a very low velocity to fall down and hence levitate and act as a cushion, and henceforth saving the lives of the people inside the lift. The cost of the model that we made is 4,000, and the commercial version fluctuatingly might cost 45,000. 4,000 why we have chosen is that the copper base costed us 2,000, neodymium magnets around 1,000, and other accommodations like the lift and the other buildings costed us around the remaining value. Commercial version is for the same thing, copper base which will be expanded to a bigger version, neodymium magnets which will be attached on a higher scale, and all the major commercial purposes that they do, the maintenance, the renewal charges and all, which estimates to about 45,000. It is affordable and adaptable, because for life anything is affordable. So at the end, I'd like to say that we prefer life above all, and our model depicts this very thing, this very motto of ours with the laws of physics, which I assure will never fail. Also, to your surprise, this project has also cracked CBSE National Science Exhibition. Thank you so much.
Let me just introduce to my team. I'm Nidhi Sadish from class 9th. This is my teammate Ayushi from class 11th and Purab from class 7th. Before we begin, I'd like to share a Hindi poem with you all. अब माता पिता से थोड़ा कम नाराज़ हुआ करो, वो सफ़र पर है अंतिम ज़िंदगी के. अब माता पिता से थोड़ा कम नाराज़ हुआ करो, वो सफ़र है अंतिम ज़िंदगी के. तुम जब तक आते नहीं हो उनके घर के दरवाजे बंद नहीं होते हैं. तुम जब तक आते नहीं हो तब तक उनके घर के दरवाजे बंद नहीं होते हैं. Previous slide. So, we have a project, the Sanjeevani pill dispenser, which is an effective solution to manage your medication during your time and especially with people who have chronic diseases.
So let's take a look to our problems which inspired us to develop our project. Firstly, especially the elder ones or the ones on multiple medication usually forget to take their medications, or they take medications at the wrong timing, or they have so much confusion over doses, or like elderly people usually they identify the medicine by the color. And if there is a medicine of the same color, they seem so similar to them that they take the wrong dosage. So due to these problems, next slide. And हमने बहुत स्टडी करी है इस चीज़ पर. तो हमने टाइप्स ऑफ एरर्स एल्डरली पीपल पे स्टडी करी है. टाइप्स ऑफ एरर्स हमने निकाले हैं. मतलब यूजुअली कन्फ्यूजन की वजह से रॉन्ग डोजेस बहुत ज़्यादा एल्डरली पीपल रॉन्ग डोज ले लेते हैं, और टाइमिंग एरर, उन्हें पता नहीं होता किस टाइम पे क्या मेडिसिन लेनी है. तो टाइमिंग एरर भी एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. तो इन सब से इंस्पायर होकर हम एक सोल्यूशन लेके आए हैं.
तो अब ये सोल्यूशन है ऐसा सोल्यूशन जिससे किसी की ज़िंदगी बदल सकती है. इसमें शेड्यूल और अलार्म्स है, इसमें हमने कुछ मैकेनिज़्म फॉलो करे हैं जिससे हम लोग इसमें अलार्म्स और शेड्यूल्स को लॉग इन कर सकते हैं, जिससे हम लोग स्पेसिफिक टाइम्स और मेडिकेशंस को है उसको ध्यान में रख के अपनी मेडिकेशंस को अपने सही टाइम पे ले सकते हैं. इसमें मोशन एक्टिवेटेड डिस्पेंसिंग है, मतलब जब तक आप मोशन या जब तक आप उसमें कोई रियल टाइम लोकेशन नहीं डालोगे वो काम नहीं करेगा, और यूज़र के अप्रोच पर ही वो काम करेगा. हम आगे के एस्पेक्ट्स में इसको और अच्छी तरीके से जानेंगे. फिर नोटिफिकेशन सिस्टम, अगर फॉर एनी कुछ भी अगर कंडीशंस होती है उस टाइम पे आप नहीं ले पा रहे हो अपने मेडिकेशंस, तो एक मैसेज जाता है जो केयर गिवर होता है आपका उसका, और जो मेडिकेशन ले रहा होता है उसको एक मैसेज जाता है कि यू हैवंट टेक द मेडिकेशन एंड इट्स रियली बैड फॉर योर इंटरनल हेल्थ इन समथिंग. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड.
सो लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस यू टू आवर प्रोजेक्ट. ये हम लोग होम केयर पे मतलब घर पे यूज़ कर सकते हैं कि एल्डरली पीपल यूजुअली आजकल अकेले रह रहे हैं, उनके केयर करने के लिए कोई होता नहीं है. तो उसके लिए एक एडवांटेज है, जो एल्डरली पीपल अकेले रहते हैं वो हमारे संजीवनी पिल डिस्पेंसर की मदद से अपनी मेडिकेशंस ले सकते हैं टाइम पे. हॉस्पिटल में हम इसको इस तरीके से यूज़ कर सकते हैं कि जो हमारे हॉस्पिटल का स्टाफ होता है उस पर कम लोड पड़े, और मतलब ह्यूमन एरर्स होते हैं बहुत सारे. हॉस्पिटल्स में भी गलत मेडिसिन दे देते हैं बहुत लोग, तो उस ह्यूमन एरर को भी बहुत मिनिमाइज़ करता है. और रिमोट मॉनिटरिंग की वजह से जो भी केयर गिवर है, केयर टेकर है, और जो पेशेंट है उनको पता चल जाता है कि हमने मेडिसिन नहीं ली है, तो हम मॉनिटर कर सकते हैं अपनी इन सब चीज़ों को.
अब इसको हम थोड़ा और डिटेल में जानते हैं कि इसमें एल्डरली केयर कैसे होता है. जो लोग अकेले रेगुलर डोसेज ना मिलने की वजह से काफ़ी हेल्थ कॉम्प्लिकेशंस मिलती हैं. तो हम लोगों ने इसको इसीलिए शेड्यूल्स के थ्रू इजीली और यूज़र फ्रेंडली बनाया है. इसमें हॉस्पिटल में यूज़ बहुत आसानी से हो सकता है क्योंकि इसमें एरर्स मिनिमाइज होते हैं, क्योंकि इसमें फुल रोबोट है.
The innovation or the science behind this is that I've used sponge strips in it, and they're attached to the edges of the door, as you can see there, and the inner side of the door.
ocean floor without physically diving to water. So now let us look at the need for smart solutions. Rapid urbanization is putting pressure on natural resources, infrastructure and environmental sustainability. Traditional city planning often struggles to face challenges such as traffic congestion, pollution, unplanned settlements and inefficient resources. So for these problems, remote sensing innovations provide high resolution, real-time data about land use, environmental conditions and urban growth patterns, enabling smart solutions for sustainable city development. Now let us look at the present utilization of remote sensing. Land use and urban road monitoring, then traffic and transportation management, environmental monitoring, disaster management and risk assessment, and at last, infrastructure planning. Now, there are some advantages and disadvantages of remote sensing. Let us look at some advantages of it. Provides large-scale real-time data across cities. Enables data-driven decision-making for sustainable development. Reduces manual surveys and associated costs. Enhances disaster preparedness and resilience. Supports environmental sustainability and resource optimization. Now let us look at some disadvantages of remote sensing. High costs of advanced satellites and UAVs. Requires technical expertise to process and interpret data. Limited accessibility in regions with poor and digital infrastructure. And last, potential privacy concerns with high resolution data. Now let's look at some present problems in urban areas. Traffic management, traffic jams, lack of parking and poor signal synchronization. Water and sanitation, water wastage, leaks, contaminated supply and poor sewage. Energy management, power cuts, high energy consumption and low renewable use. Waste management, improper garbage disposal and recycling. Safety and governance, slow emergency response and lack of surveillance. Social, middle urban manager, housing shortage and inequality. Now, as we have seen the problems, let us look at the solutions to overcome these problems. Traffic congestion. We can place AI-based traffic lights and smart parking systems. Power shortage. Solar smart grids, LED speakers and smart exchange buildings. Water wastage. Smart water meters and IoT leak detection. Infrastructure. Smart roads and underground utilized mapping. Governance. Governance portals for citizens, which includes online complaints or updates. Now, we will see how remote sensing will be useful in the future for us. So here are some future projects of remote sensing. Smart traffic management systems. It uses sensors and AI to detect vehicle density and consists of automatic systems. This will automatically safety, drone surveillance and instant response systems. Now here are some benefits of remote sensing. Sustainable resource use, reduced pollution and traffic, better public safety and services, data availability making an increased quality of life. So here innovations in remote sensing are transforming city planning into a more efficient, sustainable and resilient process by combining satellite, UAV and AI technologies together. Urban planners can design smart cities that balance economic growth with environmental sustainability and human well-being. Thank you. I am open for your questions now. This is an idea so that we can develop cities into these techniques will come in handy in future.
What do you want?
Now, in present times, we can see that there are traffic congestion, pollution occurring in cities. So, I think that this should not happen in future because of cars, industries, and factories. Pollution occurs in cities, water pollution, air pollution, land pollution. So to reduce these problems, we can use remote sensing so that it will be better for us in future.
How do we implement it? If you want to the smart city and want these kind of features in your city, how do you implement it?
Eight. Okay.
स्तंभ पर्यावरणीय सामाजिक अर्थव्यवस्था शाश्वत विकास 3 मुख्य स्तंभों पर आधारित है जो एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं और समग्र विकास के लिए आवश्यक है। स्तंभ 1 पर्यावरणीय स्थिरता, प्रकृति संशोधनों का जिम्मेदारी से उपयोग,
Gauransh and Saransh.
गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा तक पहुंच, स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं में उपलब्धता, लैंगिक समानता, सामाजिक सहभागिता। स्तंभ 3 आर्थिक विकास, दीर्घकालीन आर्थिक समृद्धि और स्थिरता, रोजगारों के अवसरों में वृद्धि, न्यायसंगत आय वितरण, नवाचार उद्यमिता में बढ़ावा, संशोधनों का कुशल उपयोग। ये तीनों स्तंभ एक दूसरे पर निर्भर है। पर्यावरणीय गिरावट से आर्थिक नुकसान हो सकता है जबकि सामाजिक असमानता में बड़ी बाधाएं हैं। वर्तमान चुनौतियां जलवायु परिवर्तन, प्रकृति संसाधन। आज दुनिया कई गंभीर पर्यावरणीय चुनौतियों का सामना कर रही है जो शाश्वत विकास के मार्ग में बाधाएं है। जलवायु परिवर्तन, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग के कारण समुद्री जल स्थल में वृद्धि, मौसम के पैटर्नों में बदलाव और चरम मौसम के घटनाओं में वृद्धि हो रही है। भारत के मानसून की अनियमितता और तापमान में वृद्धि कृषि और जल संसाधनों में प्रभाव पड़ रहा है। प्रकृति संसाधनों का संरक्षण, जल संकट, मिट्टी की गुणवत्ता में गिरावट, वनों की कटाई और खनिज संसाधनों का अत्यधिक दोहन भविष्य की पीढ़ियों के लिए गंभीर खतरा बन रहा है। भूजल स्तर में निरंतर गिरावट चिंता का विषय है। जैविक विविधता की हानि, प्रकृतियों की लुप्त होने की दर तेजी से बढ़ रही है। परिस्थिति तंत्र का नुकसान न केवल प्रकृति
पूर परिस्थिती तुम्हाला असे
तुमच्या मनामध्ये असा प्रश्न निर्माण झालाच असेल की याने आपत्ती व्यवस्थापनामध्ये पूर परिस्थिती का निवडली, दुसरी का बरं नाही निवडली, भूकंप हे नव्हते का? कारण पूर परिस्थिती असे मी याच्यामुळे निवडली. मी जिल्हा परिषद उच्च प्राथमिक शाळा मुरमा केंद्र पाचोड तालुका पैठण जिल्हा छत्रपती संभाजीनगर राज्य महाराष्ट्र येथून आलेलो आहे. आमच्या पैठण तालुक्यामध्ये गायकवाडी नावाचे एक धरण आहे. त्या धरणामध्ये 3 लाखापेक्षा वर्गज पाणी झाल्यामुळे आजूबाजूच्या गावामध्ये पाणी शिरले. त्यामुळे गावे उद्ध्वस्त झाली. त्या लोकांना गावाबाहेर काढून दिले. शेती उद्ध्वस्त झाली. त्यामुळे मी पूर परिस्थिती हा विषय निवडला. माझ्या जन्मापासून मी पूर हे नाव ऐकून होतं, पुस्तकामध्ये वाचलं होतं, पण मी प्रत्यक्षात या वर्षी पूर म्हणजे काय याचा अनुभव घेतला. आपत्ती व्यवस्थापन व आपत्ती म्हणजे काय? आपत्ती ही 2 प्रकारची असते. एक नैसर्गिक आपत्ती आणि दुसरी मानवनिर्मित आपत्ती. नैसर्गिक आपत्ती निसर्गाचे
कई राज्य और राष्ट्र स्तर पर नीतियाँ और कार्यक्रम आयोजन किए हैं. नीतियाँ आयोजन SDG इंडेक्स के माध्यम से प्रगति की निगरानी कर रही है. भारत में शाश्वत विकास की पहल और नीतियाँ. भारत सरकार ने शाश्वत विकास को बढ़ावा देने के लिए कई महत्वाकांक्षी योजनाएं और नीतियाँ लागू की है. 2014 स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, राष्ट्रव्यापी स्वच्छता अभियान जिसका मुख्य सिद्धांत है कि खुले में शौच का समाप्त करना और अपशिष्ट प्रबंध में सुधार करना है. 10,000 करोड़ से अधिक शौचालय का निर्माण किया गया. 2 राष्ट्रीय सौर मिशन, 2022 तक 100 GW सौर मिशन का लक्ष्य रखा गया. भारत दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा नवकीर्णी.
नदीकाठच्या वस्त्यांमध्ये पाणी शिरणे हे एक पुराचे उदाहरणच आहे. परिणाम पुरामुळे शेतात पाणी साठून राहणे आणि शहरांमध्ये पाणी होणे हे आपल्यावरती परिणाम होतात. नेक्स्ट, पूर येण्याची काही कारणे. अतिवृष्टी. अतिवृष्टीमुळे पारंपरिक जलाशय भरतात ज्यामुळे पूर जलस्तर वाढतो. जंगलतोडामुळे मातीची स्थिरता कमी होते त्यामुळे पूर परिस्थितीत जलप्रवाह वाढतो. नाल्यांमधील अडथळे. नाल्यांमध्ये अडथळे निर्माण झाल्यास पाण्याचा प्रवाह अडवला जातो ज्यामुळे पूर येऊ शकतो. नेक्स्ट,
Development basically means, and it is a way of using our natural resources thoughtfully and carefully to be able to meet our daily needs and improve our living standards without disturbing the nature, and also without compromising the ability of the future generations to be able to use these natural resources wisely. Sustainable development also provides a way of providing a balance between the economic growth, environmental protection, and the social well-being. There are some examples of the sustainable development, that how can we act on it. Some examples are clean energy revolution. Like we can transition or switch to solar energies, renewable and clean energy such as solar energy and hydroelectric energy instead of the fossil fuels that require high energy and are non-renewable. Green building design. We can construct eco-friendly designs such as green buildings that provide a way of reducing the energy consumption, conserving water required in the buildings, and they also provide a waste disposal system way by which we can reduce the waste in the.
हो, पैठणला आला होता. नाही, पैठणमध्ये आला होता आमच्या तालुक्यावरती. हो हो.
मग आपल्या भागामध्ये असं जर का झालं किंवा जे झालेलं आहे तर त्याच्यासाठी होऊ नये, त्याच्यासाठी तुला काय वाटतं किंवा तू काय करशील?
म्हणजे आपण नद्या नसतात का त्यामध्ये प्लास्टिक कचरा फेकू नये. कचरा फेकल्यानंतर जलाशय अडवला जातो त्यामुळे नदीचा पाण्याचा प्रवाह दुसऱ्या बाजूला दिशा बदलू शकते.
पण मग तुझं प्रोजेक्ट काय आहे, तुला काय वाटतं? म्हणजे तू प्रोजेक्ट आता तू सगळं सांगितलं
हो
की बाबा असं व्हायला नको, प्रॉब्लेम होतात, जंगल तोडीचा प्रॉब्लेम होतो,
हो.
सगळं सांगितलं, अगदी तू योग्य सांगितलं.
हो.
पण तुझं प्रोजेक्ट काय, तुला काय म्हणजे तू काय प्रेझेंट करणार?
त्याचा उपाय का म्हणजे आजपासून मी नदीमध्ये कधीच प्लास्टिक कचरा फेकणार नाही. सूचना देईल कोणीही कचरा.
From college 25 and further in future we will take this idea ahead to either they can have some startup. Some people has a startup idea, so can we support them somewhere? That is what is the main mission of this. Thank you.
बेटा इसमें कुछ आप नया क्या करना चाह रहे हैं? आपने जो बताया ठीक बताया, ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. किसी एक प्रॉब्लम पे आपने कॉन्सेंट्रेट किया कि इसको कैसे सॉल्व किया जाएगा, उसका कुछ प्रॉब्लम का समाधान ढूंढा हो कुछ.
बरोबर, म्हणजे तू म्हणतो त्याप्रमाणे सगळं प्लास्टिक तिथेच आहे.
हो.
मग याच्यासाठी तुझं प्रोजेक्ट काय आहे? तू काय सांगू शकतोस की बाबा तुम्ही लोकांनी असं करा किंवा मी असं एक यंत्र बनवलेलं आहे की ज्याच्यामुळे ते पाणी साचून राहणार नाही किंवा पाण्याचा स्तर वाढत गेला की आपल्याकडे कसा भोंगा वाजतो किंवा ग्रामपंचायतची लोक आपल्याला येऊन सांगतात ना की पाणी सोडले धरणातून, पाण्याचा जल आता वाढत चाललाय, स्तर वाढत चाललाय, तर तुम्ही लोकांनी दूर जावा, नदीच्या पात्राच्या जवळ राहू नका, तुमची गुरंढोरं तुम्ही बाहेर घेऊन जावा असं सांगतात. बरोबर. मग
among the top 10 countries that is investing heavily in renewable energy infrastructures. Energy 25 to 30% energy savings. Green building designs reduces energy consumption compared to traditional construction methods. For example, these buildings use clean and renewable energies instead of the non-renewable energies such as the solar power. 1 ton carbon offset. A single solar panel can save approximately 1 ton of CO2 emissions. To be able to meet that sustainable development and focus on the sustainable development goals, United Nations has also set up 17 goals, sustainable development goals that in the 2010 that was established in the 2010 and they targeted it to achieve by 2030. Here are all the goals. Sustainable development plays a vital role in controlling natural disasters and combating climate change by promoting renewable energy, protecting forests, and encouraging responsible use of resources. Here are some of the common examples in the last 5 years where there is a need for the sustainable development, such as the 2019 to 2020 Australian Black Summer, Australian wildfires that caused approximately 18 billion hectares, burned 18 billion hectares and killed approximately 33 people. Next is 2020's rising sea level. We all know that in today's world and also in the North India, the increasing floods, the sea levels nowadays and the climate change has affected and increased the natural disasters that are occurring in our country, such as in the North India this year many floods have occurred due to this climate change. And the message is hence clear that when we harm nature through careless development, deforestation and pollution, nature responds with disasters. Here are some of the places where you can make a difference by performing the sustainable development actions, such as at home via saving electricity.
माझे नाव माऊली मारुती भवर.
Previous topic, which is hyperspectral imaging. present utilization. In present time, how it is used? In present time, it is used in agriculture for crop health monitoring, environmental studies for checking water qualities, geology and mining for mapping, disaster management for oil spill detection, urban planning to identify which mineral is used in buildings, and defense and surveillance, which is used as camouflage detection. Let's see some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages are capture detailed spectral information, means it capture all the detailed information which RGB and multispectral also can't do. Second, enables non-destructive and wide area analysis, useful in precision agriculture and environment monitoring. As I told you about the present utilization, it is used in agriculture. It is very good in environmental monitoring and agriculture. Some of its disadvantages are hyperspectral data are very large and require high storage. Sensors are expensive and heavy. Atmospheric interference can distort the data. Next. So, based on the present utilization, there could be some problems too. These are the problems. High cost of hyperspectral satellites are too expensive, low revised frequency, and dependence on foreign satellite. If there are problems, so there could be any solutions too. So here are some solutions. Development of affordable sensors.
And algae. It is integrated into buildings, classroom windows and etc. places. And how it works. When air enters into this algae panel, due to the process of photosynthesis, the CO2 is absorbed and oxygen is released, making it an environment cooler and breathable. Next. And there are also multiple benefits of using this algae wall. First is environmental. It captures CO2 and releases oxygen, and architecture also. It enhances the aesthetics of the building also. And economically it is possible and provides fertilizers, etc. There are multiple challenges also for using the bio walls. Algae walls, such as it has high installations and cost. It requires controlled temperature and light, plus the acceptance of the students if we are using it into our classrooms. And future aspects, by having algae walls into our classrooms, we are going to have sustainable education. Children are going to learn practically about the process of photosynthesis and bioengineering. Also have a green infrastructure. Algae walls all combine science, sustainable and design. So let's our walls breathe. Thank you. Very good.
All these will create a very great impact to control pollution and other things.
So from where you will get this idea for the algae walls?
So with its precision, by integrating this technology in
नाही
मग ते कशी त्याची सकाळ प्रत्येक मोबाईलची साईज वेगळी असते ना. मग आपण कशी साईज लावणार त्याची, मग तू कसं लावणार, मग ते मोबाईलला कसं बसवणार?
मोबाईलला बसवायचं नाही, आपल्या हातामध्ये ते राहणार आणि आपण इंजेक्शनला जेवढा दाब देतो तेवढं ते सॅनिटायझर ते मोबाईलवर पडणार ग्लासवर आणि ते
म्हणजे आपला मोबाईल हातात घेतला की आपण ते असं दाबायचं.
हां दाबायचं.
बर.
आणि त्याच्यावर ते सॅनिटायझर पडल्यावर ते पुसायचं. त्याच्यामुळे आपली ती
आता जर का आपण ते फडक्यावर घेतलं एखाद्या किंवा रुमालावर घेतलं सॅनिटायझर आणि त्याने जर का ते सगळा मोबाईल पुसला तर त्याने सुद्धा सेम होणार. मग तुझी आयडिया काय आहे? आयडिया आता समजा माझ्याकडे मोबाईल आहे माझा, मी बाहेर गेलो, मी सॅनिटायझरचा एक घेतली बाटली, ते सॅनिटायझरचे 2 थेंब मी त्या एखाद्या रुमालावर घेतले आणि मी रुमालाने पुसलं, मग हा क्लीन झाला ना. मग
रुमालाची पण घाण लागू शकते ना त्याला. आपण जे तोंडानं पुसतो त्याची पण ती घाण लागू शकते ना तुम्हाला. हां
चांगला आहे प्रोजेक्ट. अजून काय सांगायचं तुला?
नाही.
Can have a better tomorrow. A very good afternoon, everyone. Respected juries and teachers. Dr. Kalam's life was itself a mission to empower India through science, space, and spirit. His dream of an advanced space-faring nation wasn't just for the technological pride, but also for the human progress. Today, I, Siddhi Bendre, insight into his vision from New Jyotirgamay English School, Parbhani, Maharashtra, that how each satellite we launch is a step closer to his dreams for a better tomorrow. My paper presentation is on UAV assisted remote sensing for emergency situation. To build a resilient and intelligent emergency response ecosystem through UAV assisted remote sensing, enabling rapid data acquisition and real-time situational awareness and swift decision making to save the lives and protect the environment and strengthen the disaster resilience across the globe. So here it is a present utilization. Let's compare the table of multi-rotor VTOL UAV and the fixed wing UAV. Here on the features like endurance, payload capacity, operational flexibility, and primary use case. Key remote sensing and payload and their application in disaster scenarios. On the payload technology, typical data output and the primary emergency applications, and the payload technologies are thermal IR imaging, LIDAR, high resolution optical videos, and SAR. SAR stands for synthetic aperture radar. LIDAR stands for light. LIDAR stands for light and light detecting and ranging. Current UAV applications for the emergency situations. Currently UAVs are being used in emergency situations like for disaster mapping, search, rescue, and the damage assessment and deliveries of some of the supplies. And some of the examples are, during the flood, the drone can click the aerial photos of the disaster affected areas. Some of the advantages and disadvantages of UAVs are, it has rapid deployment, the cost-effective high resolution accessibility, and the verticality. And disadvantages are limited flight time, weather dependence, data processing, and the regulatory restrictions. Problem and solution faced for the UAV problems are, it has a short battery life limitation mission during, it has the bad weather hinders data collection, and the large data sets difficult to analyze quickly, the limited coverage for the large area, and the risk of crashes. And solution of the problems are, we should use the solar powered UAVs of the high capacity batteries, develop all
well. Whenever someone wants to rub like a specific portion of the board, they can use that button to stop the duster. Now, the mechanics behind it. Aluminium frame. Basically, aluminium is very lightweight. It is quite durable. So it will be perfect for this. Now, a reliable chain system. It will be very effective as it will help the cleaner to work properly, to move properly. And a low maintenance design. This will be very feasible because we have used like very common, very local materials. Now, the benefits for the learning community as well as the teachers. Better health because the dust particles are eliminated, so it will definitely promote a better health. Increased productivity. When the time being taken to rub the board is decreased, when the students and the teachers have better health, obviously the productivity is going to increase. improved hygiene, the dust particles get eliminated. This will improve the hygiene of the classrooms and the schools. Accessibility. This is a very non-complex design, so it will be accessible to anyone. It can be used in any school on a blackboard of any size. Feasibility and scalability. A low-cost implementation because of the use of common materials, local materials, and non-complex design. No power is required because it works on a manual push and pull system, and high adaptability, as I already talked about. The future scope and secondary applications. It can also be used like a wall and surface cleaner if it is modified a bit, a wall painter, and a modular design kit. So this was the automatic board cleaner. It is a very useful innovation that can be used in any classrooms. That's all. Thank you. Yeah. I have a costing slide, right? Can you just... Alright, I'll tell you. The frames cost around 400 to 500 properly when they are built on a normal blackboard that has a 4 feet height and a 6 feet width.
For a better future and accurate and safer. And my conclusion for my topic is UAV assisted remote sensing has a transfer into an emergency response by providing fast, safe and the accurate data, while there is challenges such as limitation of flight time and data overload. AI machine learning integration promises a future where the drones can autonomously manage disaster monitoring and rescue operations to making the emergency response faster, safer and effective. Thank you, and I'm open for your questions.
You're good in saying, but you should not often look into the slides and say, right? Yes. Okay. So you talked something about UAV, which is something an old topic. So this unmanned aerial vehicle system is already a topic which was already there in operation. What innovation is there in your project to deal with this UAV?
The innovation in my topic is that as the drones were used for photographies and all, but now we are going to use drones for rescuing people. If there's a lack of rescue team, so we can use drones for rescuing. We can provide medicines to the sick person, and if for example if at a near place
Next is about Yuvraj Rajesh. Number
I go for a bulk purchase, a digital board, basic digital board where no blackboard is required. I can use the marker that is available in the market starting from 600-700 rupees up to 1.5k or 2000 at good quality. So tomorrow when I go for your product, the basic thing in my mind is that rather than going for 1.5k or the way you said 700 or 800 rupees, better to shift to the product which is already available, and that is a long-term durability, the digital board, which is around 1.5k. Otherwise, the concept is good. You have taken into consideration even a micro level information like dust, what type of the problem it creates. So that has been really good approach. The only line that was missing is the cost part. That you can take it as a learning from this. Rest the judges will decide. Thank you, sir. Sajid, this is
कौन सा करना है? साजिद नाम का है कोई? NCUI भेजना है? NCUI हाँ साजिद कौन सा? ऊपर PPT हाँ PPT
Disaster management. Our vision is to build a disaster management system rooted in ethics, empathy, and equity, ensuring that it protects every ensuring that it protects every response of human dignity, prioritizes fairness, and upholds transparency in the times of crisis. So, what is disaster management? Disaster management involves planning, implementing strategies, and prepare, react, and recover from major events such as disaster. Our main goal is to prevent harm to people, property, and the environment using an ethical approach which involves fair, justice, and respect the dignity of every person involved. So, there are two types of disaster, natural and man-made disasters. These disasters could severely impact communities, causing loss of life and resources. Disaster management involves preparation, mitigation, response, and recovery. Ethical consideration play a critical role in making sure the aid is distributed fairly. So, when a major flood or earthquake or other disaster, the priority is to save life and help people. But in the chaos of urgency, disaster managers and helpers must make difficult choices based on how the aid is limited. So, there are four moral principles in ethical consideration in disaster management: equity, transparency, accountability, respect for human rights. So, what is present utilization? It involves emergency response prioritization, resource allocation, data privacy, informed consent, community engagement. So, what are the advantages of ethical consideration in disaster management? It builds trust with responders and affected communities, ensures that humanitarian principles are maintained, reduces social inequalities during the times of crisis. So, there are disadvantages in ethical consideration disaster management. So, what are the disadvantages? Conflicts may arise between the urgency of action and ethical guidelines. Limited resources may force ethical decisions. Corruption or mismanagement can violate ethical standards. So, what are the problems in ethical consideration in disaster management? Resource scarcity, cultural sensitivity, data misuse, and corruption and bias. So, what are the solutions to these problems? Establish a clear ethical guidelines for disaster response. Train responders in ethics and cultural sensitivity. Use transparent monitoring systems to track aid distribution. Develop technologies for fair resource allocation. So, there are present problems: delayed disaster detection, poor data coordination, manual decision making, limited communication during disasters, inaccurate predictions. So, my solution to these problems are: satellites continuously capture images, AI algorithms analyze patterns, detect forest, floods, or storms instantly. Automated alerts are made to local authorities and rescue teams. So, what is the second solution? Unified Disaster Command Dashboard, a centralized cloud-based control center connects satellite data, drones, and ground sensor at one place. Predictive modeling with machine learning. AI uses historical data to predict disaster zones before it struck. Emergency communication network uses satellite internet, portable command hubs to maintain connectivity even when power and mobile networks fail. So, what is my project? My future project is AI plus satellite technology plus communication network. So, how it works? Satellite captures images in real time of the disaster affected areas. AI analyzes population density, infrastructure damage, and vulnerable zones. So, what are the advantages of my project? Reduces human bias in aid distribution, provides transparent decision making through real time monitoring, faster disaster response, and reduced casualties. So what are challenges in my project? The first challenge is technology access in remote areas. So what is the solution to this problem? Use mobile-based communication and low-cost drones for connectivity. My second challenge was data privacy and concerns. Encrypt data and follow ethical data handling policies. So what is the future impact? Enhances ethical compliance in disaster management, builds resilient and informed empowered communities, can be scaled globally for real-time, fair, accountable disaster response. Thank you. I am open for your questions.
बिहार ठीक है अनुज बच्चे अनुज रिमेनिंग
Sir, it is for like enclosed air for indoor. So that in some parts of India, the carbon dioxide level increases to 100,000 parts per million, which is, sir, it is due to like in low-income areas, people burn.
Thank you. Thank you. Next.
Next is Nagarjun.
100 rupees, which is like 250 for the plastic container, 100 rupees for 100 rupees per CPU fan, 2 CPU fans, 400 rupees. Then yes, and 200 rupees fans. Then annual solution around 80 rupees. And yes, sir. Sir, unlike a normal air purifier, which purifies the air and removes the dust particle, but it also reduces the carbon dioxide concentration and increases oxygen concentration in the air. Sir, it is connected through a mobile adapter plug, through which it consumes very little electricity because only 2 CPU fans and an aquarium pump is required to move. Sir, after the air is on, then the CO2.
As we discuss here the vision for space mission, we celebrate his dream, that is a self-reliant India reaching towards infinite. Today, my paper presentation is on community-based resilience and evacuation planning. But why I am doing this? I am doing this because I have a goal for this. The goal mainly the goal is to strengthen our community-based resilience by doing effective evacuation planning, ensuring safety, preparedness and unity in the face of.
ध्यान दीजिएगा please.
Sir, it's not like that. Sir, first of all, I would like to.
नहीं fine, I got your idea. मुझे कोई और मैं देखूंगा भी. मैं ये समझना चाहता हूँ. तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट जहाँ पे CO2 का concentration ज़्यादा है, वहाँ पे अगर रखते हैं, so what time it is going to take? उसको कितना वक्त लगेगा वो CO2 को dilute करने के लिए? ये मैं समझ.
Sir, it takes around like 5 to 6 hours minimum. Like if the.
2 घंटा भी अगर हम लोगों ने ले लिया, so do you feel कि जहाँ पे आज मेरे वो जो इंसान है, उसके लिए तो life threatening बात हो गई.
Yes.
तो उसके लिए 2 घंटा वक्त.
Go for other things, important things you have to care. What is the objective?
Okay, ma'am.
What is the methodology and what is the research?
Okay, ma'am. I'm Srishti Suman, a fellow student of class 8 of MNJ DV Public School, Jhanjarpur from district Madhubani, Bihar. Next slide. Today I'm going to present my project, which is on the topic Mars colonization. In this project, I'll be talking about how humans can actually survive on Mars, the challenges we'll face, solutions like oxygen production, domes for living, food production, etc. Let's take a journey beyond our own planet and imagine how life would look on Mars. Next slide, please. As we all know that resources on earth are not unlimited, and what we are doing, we are exploiting our resources which Mother Nature has given us. We are exploiting our resources with rapidly increasing population. If everything stays like this, then that day is not so far away when there will nothing left for human survival. Then where will the future generation will live? They will be living on Mars. It feels impossible, isn't it? But why we will be choosing Mars? What are the reasons? The first one is that Mars has plenty of resources available for human survival. Mars is most Earth-like planet in our solar system, which it has days almost same length, about 24.6 hours, and Mars also has a thin atmosphere which is mostly made up of 95% carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide can be used to produce oxygen. Availability of water. Frozen ice has been found at Mars pole under its surface. Soil with useful. The Martian soil, which is on the Mars surface, has contain minerals like iron, magnesium, and calcium. Energy from the sun. Mars receives enough oxygen for survival. But how? These resources are not useful until we develop them according to our needs. Most important thing needed for survival is oxygen. How we will produce oxygen? A device called MOXIE, which will use to produce oxygen on Mars. This device will split the carbon dioxide into carbon monoxide and oxygen. Colonies on Mars. Pressurized habitat to shield humans from radiation and harsh Martian environments. In these colonies, we will be living in insulated domes to protect our body from the cold environment of Mars.
And there are gaps in between that can disturb us. Infrastructure issue. This is a problem mainly caused when we have a weak infrastructure and get destroyed easily by the disaster. We also have some problems in our current system, that is poor coordination between government and local bodies, insufficient real-time data, and early warning, overcrowding in temporary shelter. What can we do for this? For this, we can establish a permanent community of disaster committees that will become the coordination between the government and local bodies. We can also conduct monthly drills to help up. Now I have told what they can do, but now what I have brought the idea is floating shelter pods. This is a small capsule-like structure that will float as the water, sea or flood level rises. Mainly, this can detect, occupy, communicate, deploy, float and rescue. How it can detect? It have flood sensor that can predict the flood before it occurs. Deploy. It get deployed to the most flood-prone areas and get deployed easily. Occupation. The family of the people can enter the pod before or in the disaster. In the disaster such as flood. Floating mechanism. Floating mechanism help it to float as the base of it is made up of airtight that help it float. Communicate. It have a built-in GPS that can help it to communicate. It also rescue some people.
Basically a medium in which the electromagnetic radiation would pass, for example, atmosphere in case of Earth, and a sensory platform, a platform which would acquire the data which is reflected back from the surface and identify it. Ground station. The data processing would be easier if we use ground stations, as ground stations help us to process data fast, and it also reduces the weight of satellite, as weight is crucial in satellite functioning, and the data processing unit just to analyze data and determine what could be there. And the evolution of remote sensing in 1850, this earlier scientists used to launch cameras with hot air balloons in the sky to take photos and determine what could be the mapping of the surfaces. And Coming to 1972, launch of first remote sensing satellite into the space, Landsat-1, which created a revolution for all over the mankind. In 1988, India launched its first IRS service. IRS stands for Indian Remote Sensing Services, and it has started from Catastot and Resosat. Catastot is basically an technology used in remote sensing to take images, and it is deployed by ISRO. And Resosat is basically using LiDAR and infrared to map out things. And coming over to the modern advancements, we are currently using AI and multiple data processing techniques which reduce the time as well as efficiency. And coming over to the different types of remote sensing, they are basically
रोटेशन व्यास रिवोल्यूशन अंतरिक्ष में पृथ्वी की गतियों को समझने के लिए सबसे पहले हमें यह समझना होगा कि सूर्य क्या है, चंद्रमा क्या है और पृथ्वी क्या है। अंतरिक्ष में पृथ्वी की गति। सूर्य एक तारा है जो हमारे सौरमंडल का केंद्र है और पृथ्वी समेत दोहरक वहाँ को प्रकाश और उजाला प्रदान करता है। चंद्रमा एक प्राकृतिक उपग्रह है जो पृथ्वी की परिक्रमा करता है और अपनी गुरुत्वाकर्षण शक्ति से पृथ्वी के अंतर्भटा को प्रभावित करता है। पृथ्वी सूर्य के चारों ओर परिक्रमा करने वाला तीसरा ग्रह है जो जीवन को समर्थन देने वाला एकमात्र ज्ञात ग्रह है और अपने वायुमंडल, जल और विविध जैव विविधता के साथ एक अद्वितीय स्थान है। पृथ्वी की गति। पृथ्वी अंतरिक्ष में दो अलग अलग तरीकों से घूमती है। पृथ्वी घूमती है और परिक्रमा करती है। परिक्रमा कक्षा 365.25 दिन, घूमन स्पिन 24 घंटे। पृथ्वी का घूमन पृथ्वी के केंद्र से होकर गुजरने वाली एक काल्पनिक रेखा है जिसे अक्ष कहते हैं। अक्ष उत्तर से दक्षिण तक फैला हुआ है। अक्ष 23.5 डिग्री का झुकाव पर है। पृथ्वी का घूमन। पृथ्वी को अपनी दूरी पर एक चक्कर पूरा करने में 24 घंटे या एक दिन लगता है। जब पृथ्वी का वह भाग जो सूर्य की ओर होता है वहाँ दिन होता है, तो पृथ्वी का वह भाग जो सूर्य से दूर होता है वहाँ रात होती है। सूर्य घूमता या परिक्रमा नहीं करता। सूर्य पूर्व से उगता है, सूर्य पश्चिम से अस्त होता है। पृथ्वी के घूमने के कारण सूर्य आकाश में घूमता हुआ प्राप्त होता है, लेकिन वास्तव में पृथ्वी घूम रही है। इसे आजमाइए। ग्लोब को प्रकाश स्रोत के पास रखें।
Satellites or drones. The study and technological field of remote sensing is devoted to gathering data of Earth's surface without making any direct physical touch. When it comes to agriculture, remote sensing offers vital, spatial and temporal data to the required for the precision agriculture PA. PA is a technology-enabled method that aims to improve sustainability and productivity. Present utilization of remote sensing in agriculture. Remote sensing is widely used in agriculture today. It helps farmers and scientists collect information about the lands and farm without touching them, just by using drones and satellites. Monitoring crop health. Satellite take pictures of the crop and it helps farmers to identify the crops are weak or healthy. Checking soil moisture. It helps farmers know how much water the soil contains. It also helps them to know when and where to water the fields. Detecting pest or drought areas. Remote sensing is helped by farmers to identify the areas that are affected by the pests and areas that are having lack of rainfall. Precision farming. With this technology, farmers can give the right amount of fertilizer, water and manure to their fields. Problems with the present utilization in remote sensing. Even though remote sensing is very useful in farming, but still it contains some problems. They are high cost. The tools like satellites and drones are very expensive that farmers cannot afford. Need for skilled people. Farmers need experts to handle this remote sensing. Weather problems. Cloudy and rainy weather can block the satellite images that is sent to the farmers. Internet and technology issues. In rural areas, there might be poor internet that can block the images that the satellite has captured. Data accuracy. Sometimes the image may not show the exact condition of the crop of the soil. Limited awareness. Many farmers are not aware about the remote sensing. How high?
Yes, revolution.
Minikube, actually, I was surfing on the web and I heard that SpaceX is trying to do something similar, but they are doing it to bridge different network panels, as SpaceX use space technology to transfer network. They are quite weak at the moment, so they are thinking launching of small satellites about a Rubik's Cube, and they would connect multiple satellites. They would be just like bridge in between two or more satellites. So I thought, why can't we modify this for the remote sensing? So that's how I got the idea for remote sensing in cube-shaped satellites, which would help us reduce weight, reduce fuel use, increase efficiency. Environmental damage would be less because there would be less mass to travel to the space, and we can put more cubical satellites as they are in less volume. So it would provide more geo networks for remote sensing.
Is it an idea only, or it is a practical impact also?
This can be done in practice. This can also be done in physical life, but I would require some time to develop it, about 6 to 7 months.
What do you need to develop these things?
At the moment, I would require some amount of initial capital because the sensor, LiDAR sensor, which I am hoping to
साझा बनाया है जो हमारे शरीर के तनाव एवं मांसपेशियों को मदद करती है, जो शरीर में जो दर्द आता है उसको कम करने के लिए मैं मसाज बनाया हूँ. मसाज बनाने का जो मटेरियल है वो एक एलईडी बल्ब का कवर है और एक पीवीसी पाइप जिसे हैंडल की तरह यूज कर सकते हैं हाथ में डाल, और एक मिनी डीसी मोटर जिससे वह कंपन करेगा और हमारे शरीर के तनाव को कम करेगा, और एक वायर है जिससे पूरा उसमें बिजली जाएगा, और स्प्रिंग जो शरीर पर जाके वाइब्रेशन को ज़्यादा करेगा, उससे ज़्यादा ऊर्जा मिलेगी, और एक चार्जिंग पॉइंट है जिससे मसाज मशीन का बैटरी चार्ज होगा, और एक बैटरी है जिससे पूरा ये मसाज मशीन चलेगी, और एक बल्ब का बोतल कैप है जिसमें चार्जिंग पॉइंट लगेगा, और एक सेलो टेप है जिससे सब चीज़ जुड़ेगी. Work on principles function on this principle, how they work. 1. Vibration. दूसरा percussion.
What is that?
Hybrid satellite is it is the name of the satellite that is used by the farmers very easily. It helps them capture the images of the fields.
Hybrid means a combination of something. What are that combination?
No, the combination of the hybrid satellite and drone act as...
I'm asking about what are the components of the hybrid satellite?
Components?
You mentioned something as hybrid satellite. What is it actually? Hybrid satellite means something, it's combination of something, we call it as hybrid. What is that combination you had in your hybrid satellite?
It is the combination of satellite and drone which mixes works together.
So then you said about this hybrid satellite, right? But I mean, almost 30 to 40% of the your presentation, you are saying rather than satellite, drone is okay. But in your project, you are utilizing drone system with a combination of satellite. So how come you degrade the significance of satellite in remote sensing rather than with the drone? Justify the statement.
That are sent and are emitted back. The data is acquired in handheld devices, or it can also be acquired from high altitude devices such as satellites. Now we'll move on to the difference between the two types of remote sensing, passive and active. Passive sensors rely on naturally available energy sources, for example, solar energy and the thermal energy emitted by the Earth itself. Next is active remote sensing, which depends on which generate their own energy signal directed towards the target and then measure the reflected rays. It includes SAR and LiDAR technologies. Now we have key sensor types and the products that are included in remote sensing. First, we have multispectral and hyperspectral imaging. In this, data is captured into several spectral bands. Next, we have radar. Radar measures the reflection of microwave signals that are reflected by objects and areas. Then digital elevation models take the data that is acquired and arrange it into a similar model like this, assigning a specific color to different altitudes. Next, we have the different platforms involved. First, we have aircraft and drones for more flexible remote sensing and customizable flight paths. Then we have ground-based.
मान का लगभग 19.86% भाग रखता है। सौरमंडल का व्यास लगभग 287.46 अरब किमी लगभग 19 प्रकाश घंटे माना जाता है। सूर्य यह एक मध्य आकार का तारा है। ऊर्जा हाइड्रोजन और हीलियम गैस के नाभिकीय संलयन से उत्पन्न होती है। सूर्य का व्यास 13,92,700 किमी है, पृथ्वी से 109 गुना बड़ा। सूर्य का सतह का तापमान लगभग 5500 डिग्री सेल्सियस है। केंद्र का तापमान लगभग
disaster management, in which we can map the extent of the damage of floods and earthquakes, and also the start of forest fires. Then we have urban planning, which includes land cover classification and tracking urban sprawl. Now we have the future of remote sensing. Sustainable management. Remote sensing is increasingly recognized as a critical tool for monitoring climatic conditions. Then we have GIS integration. Integrating remote sensing with GIS can help sensing data with conventional map data and layers of holistic analysis. Then we have AI and automation. Cloud and AI-based data analysis can help process massive amounts of data, moving toward an automated detection and monitoring systems. Thank you, everyone.
What do you want to do? क्या करना चाहते हो आप अपने इस project से?
So this was an informational presentation, but all in all, I want to integrate remote sensing with the future.
दो है, फोमोस और डीमोस। बृहस्पति सबसे बड़ा ग्रह पृथ्वी से 1300 गुना बड़ा है। मुख्य रूप से हाइड्रोजन और हीलियम गैस इसमें महान लाल धब्बा है। एक विशाल तूफान परिक्रमा 11 वर्ष 9 महीना में पूरी करता है। उपग्रह 95 से भी अधिक सबसे बड़ा उपग्रह है गैनीमीड, जो सौर मंडल का सबसे बड़ा उपग्रह है। शनि अपनी सुंदर वलों के लिए प्रसिद्ध है। मुख्य रूप से गैस से बना। परिक्रमा 29 वर्ष 5 महीना। उपग्रह 140 से अधिक। सबसे बड़ा टाइटन जिस पर जीवन मीथेन की झीलें हैं। अरुण नीला हरा रंग मीथेन गैस के कारण यह अपनी धुरी पर लगभग 19 डिग्री झुका हुआ है। ध्रुव
27 and 28, 29, 30 is not available. Huh?
Good afternoon everyone, my name is Hardik Gupta from class 11, Sanskrit School 37D. Today I will be presenting on disaster management using space technology under the Apj Abdul Kalam space mission. The topic highlights how space mission and satellite technology plays a key role in saving lives during disasters. Here's a quick overview of what I'll be covering today. First, we'll understand disaster management and space missions. Then, I'll talk about their importance, the role of satellites, the problems we face, how space technology solves them, future innovations, real-life examples, and finally conclude. Disaster management is about preparing for, responding to, and recovering from disasters to reduce loss of life, property, and the environment. A space mission involves using satellites and spacecraft to collect data from space. When combined, satellites help detect storms, rising level, or fires early.
विद्या ददाति विनय विद्या ददाति विनय विनयाद याति पात्रतम पात्रत्वा धन्मापनोति धनात धन्म तत्त सुखम. With this shloka, a very warm good afternoon to everyone present here. My name is Machanchal Uddhav from belonging to the Bid district of Maharashtra. Today here on the occasion of 94th birth anniversary of our respected 11th President and the Missile Man of India, Dr. Apj Abdul Kalam sir, I am here to present my topic, that is sustainable development. So what is mean by the sustainable development? The sustainable development means that today's present or the people who are having the use of resources for their good life and without compromising their needs and without harming or making it harder to use by the future generation further. Now next let's move, it was the concept which was introduced by the Gor Barlem Brundtland, who is the Norway's Prime Minister, and this concept arises next. And this concept was arisen from the Brundtland Commission, and its chair person is the Gro Barlem Brundtland. Next. Now let's have a discuss on the three main pillars of the sustainable development. First one is environment, second one is economy, and third one is social. The first main sector is economy, means having the use of income and the resources. Second one is social, means having the use of economy sector for living comfortably, that leads to the social sector, and having enough food, enough energy, and enough resources to get just as well refers to the environment sector. These three pillars are interconnected with each other. Next. Now
अनन्या ठाकुर, इंदु कुमारी, इसके बाद रेडी रहिएगा. सृष्टि सिंह 28.
हाँ, ये पेन ड्राइव इसमें थोड़ा वॉल्यूम कम कर दीजिएगा. And there are 17 sustainable goals which are adopted in September 2015 and came into force on January 1, 2016. Next, please. Now, as we all know, if we have to work good or if we have a
if we want a better life, we have many challenges in our life. So there are also the challenges to the sustainability. The first one is climate change, means having the rising in temperature. Second one is poverty and inequality. In this, because of the overpopulation, the peoples are not able to having their basic needs. Third is political instability and conflict. Means suppose we have, take the example of our Maharashtra, that we have the Marathwada reservation conflict. That time, because of that conflict, the government of Maharashtra is not able to have a look on our Maharashtra's development. Next. The fourth point is population growth and urbanization. The fourth, it means having the overpopulation. The peoples are not, the peoples are engaged in having their basic needs, but they are not able to get it. Last is resource depletion. That means having the decrement in the our resources, that is water, forest and minerals. Next please. So there are steps for the sustainable development. First, promoting responsible consumption and production, means having the use of eco-friendly, and we have to ban the using plastics things. Second one is investing in clean energy to decrease reliance on fossil fuels. Third one is we have to have a look on the quality education for all. Fourth one is
and helium producing energy through a process is called nuclear fission. This energy is reach as level as a light and heat, making days warm and helping planets grow. The sun's surface is full of activity like supports and solar flares, which show its powerful magnetic energy. Without the sun, there would be no life, no weather and no season. It has been staying to billions of years and will continue to do so many years more. Mercury is the smallest and closest planet to the sun. It is moved very quickly, taking only 8 years days to complete one orbit, because it has almost almost no
So have one that which will give faster the detection and will help to save thousands of lives.
Is all presentations are over here? No, we are left with 2. Including him, there is one more. Next we have a view.
Organized very Indian initiative in achieving the sustainable development goals. The one of the main initiative or the organization scheme is that PM Surya Ghar, which is now in the news in 2025. Next, this concept introduced that the peoples of India having the free electricity, and these have increased the more increment in the social panels. Next. Now please look at this all more initiative, that is Namami Gange EV Push Atal Pension Yojana. Next. So in the sustainable development, the youth and individuals have also played many roles. That take an example of my school, that when we have the lunch break or the mid-time meal, when we have to wash the hands, we wash the hands beside the trees or that porch where we have planted the plants, so that it saves water also, and it also helps in growing the plants also. So as for conclusion, I have taken here one quote, that we have not inherited the world from our forefathers, but we have borrowed it from our children. Thank you all.
Next. This presentation is there, no idea.
Involving governments, organizations and communities. Disasters are mainly of two kinds, natural and man-made. Natural disasters include earthquakes, floods, cyclones, droughts, and wildfires, all caused by natural forces. Man-made disasters are caused by human actions, such as industrial accidents, oil spills, or wars. For example, the 2010 Haiti earthquake killed over 230,000 people and displaced more than 1.5 million, showing the devastating power of such events. Disasters occur due to both natural causes and human-included factors. Natural causes include movements of tectonic plates, heavy rainfall, and extreme weather conditions. Human causes include deforestation, pollution, unplanned urbanization, and climate change. In many cases, human negligence worsens natural hazards, turning them into full-scale disasters. No. Disasters have multiple impacts. Human impact, loss of life, injuries and displacement. Economic impact, destruction of infrastructure, property and agriculture. Environmental impact, pollution, deforestation and soil erosion. Social impact, psychological trauma, interrupted education and broken communities. Effective disaster management follows a continuous phase cycle. Mitigation, long-term steps like flood barriers, deforestation and enforcing building codes. Preparedness, planning and conducting mock drills, setting up early warning systems and training people. Response, rescue operations provide
From Earth towards the stars. My paper presentation is on topic space technology application for climate resilience and sustainable development. My vision is to build a resilient, intelligent, and sustainable communication network that connects Earth and space, enabling humanity to adapt and thrive in the face of climate change. Communication network is a system that helps in the transfer of information between user or devices using various media such as satellite, radio, fiber optics, and wireless connections. In space technology, communication network play a key role.
Life is 312 days. Please change the. Chandrayaan-2 was launched in 22nd July 2019 with an orbiter lander Vikram and rover Pragyan. Orbiter continues to study moon from the orbit, and Vikram lander attempted soft landing. Unfortunately, it get crashed, but also provided some valuable data. Chandrayaan-3 was launched in 14 July 2023. It was successfully landed near the lunar south pole region of the moon on 23rd August 2023. It made India first country to land near the south pole region of the moon and fourth country to achieve a soft and safe landing. Rover Pragyan conducted experiment confirming the presence of sulfur and other elements on the moon.
Hello.
This was the Chandrayaan landing locations where Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3 can land. Please change the slide. Achievements and significances. It strengthened India's position in global space exploration. It showcased ISRO's technological excellence. It contributes scientific understanding of lunar geology, and it inspired billions of Indians' ambition for deep space exploration. Future lunar and space mission. Chandrayaan-4 and future collaborations with other space agencies. Plans for lunar space return missions, and Gaganyaan mission was India's first human space flight mission. It is strengthening India's role in global space research. Thank you and have a nice day.
before destructive waves reach the surface. When an earthquake starts, it emits two types of
Healing mesh network. So, in our mind, there is a question: what is meant by self-healing communication network? A self-healing network is one that detects faults automatically, and a self-healing network is one that detects faults or performance degradations automatically, diagnoses the root cause, execute corrective actions with little or no human intervention, using Y closed loop automation, driving by orchestration, telemetry, and AI ML. There are many problems, but the main problems are the main problem are scalability. Why? Centralized controllers and heavy ML interference can be shown at impact inability to react with fast transmitters. Problem second, security.
Giving me a golden opportunity to say something in the mic on this precious occasion. Today I am here to present my project on sustainable development, which means aims at the meeting the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation. Next. For example, solar energy, harnessing the solar energy to reduce pollution in environment. Second, crop rotation, planting different types of crops on the same land on a rotational basis, improving soil fertility. We can achieve the sustainable development by the 4 pillars. First, economic sustainability. Second, environmental sustainability. Third, social sustainability. And last one is cultural sustainability. Goals of sustainable development are: first, to promote the kind of development that minimizes environmental problems. Second, to meet the need of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generation. How to achieve sustainable development? By restricting human activities, rate of consumption, rate of salvation, use of renewable energy over conventional energy, and last one is sensible use of natural resources. The 17 SDGs goals are: first, no poverty; second, zero hunger; third, good health; and
Interplanetary networks. Quick. Thank you. I am open for your questions.
My question is, you added some more problems. Prepare well. Next year we have to meet again for another problem to solve.
You take one problem, that solution. Okay. You take one problem only. You take a larger number of problems, but you.
Can I explain in Hindi? जैसे अभी हमारे पास फूड की शॉर्टेज कम है, क्लीन वाटर स्टोरेज कम है, तो हम जैसे फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए हम लोग क्लीन वाटर सेव कर सकते हैं, और जो बाहर स्ट्रीट्स पे जो बेगर्स रहते हैं उनको खाने को नहीं मिलता. I seen in lunch time people are wasting the food, so I want that everyone like save the food, save the plant, and save the environment also. And earth is changing fast, so like climate change, pollution, the unit national has made 17 sustainable development goals to make our earth better by 2030. Clean water and climate change.
किशोर सिंह जडेजा। लास्ट 5 है यहाँ।
स्लॉट नंबर्स
42
स्लॉट नंबर
42 महिदा जेमिनी। 41 सोलंकी अशोक भाई।
प्लीज स्टैंड अप।
Natural, using resources wisely, avoiding pollution, clean energy. What is a sustainable development? It is meeting our needs now without supporting future generation from the meeting their needs. In shortage, we use what we wish list, so the plant and people remain healthy later.
What do you want to do?
I want that मतलब लोग खाना वेस्ट ना करें और सब भी लोग हैं, और जैसे आजकल एजुकेशन।
ठीक है।
प्लीज 10 मिनट्स रुक जाइए।
है बच्चों को इसकी जानकारी देना आवश्यक है ताकि वह इसे समझ सके। अंतरिक्ष कचरा समस्या की गंभीरता। अंतरिक्ष कचरा उपग्रह और अंतरिक्ष स्टेशनों को नुकसान पहुंचा सकता है, नए अंतरिक्ष मिशनों में बाधा डालता है। अंतरिक्ष में बढ़ते कचरे के कारण उपग्रह और अंतरिक्ष स्टेशनों को गंभीर खतरा उत्पन्न हो रहा है। जब ये कचरे के टुकड़े तेज़ी से चलते हैं तो ये बिना किसी चेतावनी के टकरा सकते हैं। इसमें न केवल मौजूदा मिशनों को नुकसान पहुंचता है बल्कि नए मिशनों में बाधा आती है। बच्चों को यह समझना आवश्यक है कि ये समस्या हमारी भी जिम्मेदारी है। अंतरिक्ष कचरा कैसे बनता है? पुराने उपग्रह। जब पुराने उपग्रह की उम्र समाप्त होती है वह कचरा बन जाता है। रॉकेट के टूटे हिस्से। लॉन्च के द्वारा रॉकेट के टुकड़े भी अंतरिक्ष कचरे में शामिल होते हैं। लॉन्च के समय छोड़ा गया सामान। जब अंतरिक्ष में उपकरण छोड़ा जाता है तो यह भी अंतरिक्ष कचरा बनता है। कचरा साफ करने के लिए उपाय। जाल, चुंबक, रोबोटिक हथियार। जाल विधि, चुंबक विधि, लेज़र विधि। उपग्रह जाल का उपयोग करके अंतरिक्ष में कचरा पकड़ने की प्रक्रिया। चुंबक विधि। लोहे के टुकड़े को अंतरिक्ष आकर्षित करने के लिए बड़े चुंबकों का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। लेज़र विधि। लेज़र का उपयोग करके छोटे कचरे को नष्ट करने का एक नया तरीका। कचरा साफ करने के लिए जाल विधि। उपग्रह से कचरा पकड़ना। वैज्ञानिक उपग्रहों के लिए जाल का उपयोग करते हैं ताकि वह कचरे को पकड़ सके। वायुमंडल में जलाने की प्रक्रिया। जब कचरा पकड़ा जाता है तो इसे वायुमंडल में जलाया जाता है ताकि यह नष्ट हो जाए। पर्यावरण के लिए लाभ। यह विधि अंतरिक्ष को साफ रखने में मदद करती है और हमारे ग्रह की सुरक्षा करती है। चुंबक विधि। अंतरिक्ष कचरा साफ करने का एक तरीका। कचरे को इकट्ठा करने की प्रक्रिया। चुंबक का उपयोग करके हम लोहे के टुकड़े को इकट्ठा कर सकते हैं। पृथ्वी की ओर आकर्षण। चुंबक पृथ्वी की ओर कचरे को आकर्षण।
बस सर। थैंक यू।
Leading to a rising mental health crisis marked by isolation and academic stress. Traditional safety measures often fall short, creating critical gaps in real-time response. Next slide, please. Next slide, please.
Sorry to disturb you.
Yes, ma'am.
Go
Let's learn how will it work as load detection phase will continuous monitoring of ceiling fan load through precision sensors system calibrate to distinguish between normal fan operation and emergency situation. Mechanical response spring mechanism activates immediately upon detection. Emergency communication automatic SOS dispatched. And lastly, audio visual alerts, siren activation and automatic door unlocking provide immediate local response.
Just as commercial aviation become the cornerstone of the global connectivity, reusable vehicles have the potential to unlock new opportunities for scientific commercial researchers and even human space travel. Now the question stands what exactly RLVs are. RLVs stand for Reusable Launch Vehicle, also known as Aerospace Launch Vehicle. They are designed in such a way that they can fly multiple times to cover multiple missions. RLV employ advanced technology such as thermal protection shield, flight control system, thrust vectoring, and sophisticated onboard software that guide them to land safely back on Earth. And after inspection and recovery, they're ready for the another mission. Unlike the traditional expendable rockets which get discarded after a single mission. By using the same hardware instead of building new components, RLV not only minimizes the cost as well as the waste production, but also maximizes the launch frequency. In fact, a single RLV can reduce the cost payloads up to 70%. But this is not just a theoretical concept, but has got a real-life example too. History speaks in itself. There are multiple RLVs such as DC-XA, X-33, and X-34 that paved the way for the modern RLVs. Today, Indian Space Research Organization Pushpak program include winged vehicle that has a potential to run on Earth for the reuse. SpaceX Falcon 9 demonstrates the advanced technology of RLV, that is vertical landing system. Starship of SpaceX also comprises both Super Heavy booster and Starship upper stage that is useful for the reuse. Now let us examine what are the impact of RLV is. The most significant impact of RLV is economic. As demonstrated in ISRO Pushpak program, the going of the vehicle to the space not
बट उससे सब चीज़ साथ में नहीं होगी ना. हमें कोटा में पहले से कुछ पार्ट है इसका, हम वही उसको थोड़ा रिफर.
हमारी भूमिका मतलब रिड्यूस कम करें, रीयूज़ दोबारा उपयोग, पुनर्चक्रण, पानी और बिजली बचाएं, स्थानीय चीज़ें खरीदें, दूसरों को जागरूक करें. निष्कर्ष सतत विकास हमारा साझा भविष्य है. यह सुनिश्चित करता है कि आने वाली पीढ़ियों के लिए भी धरती सुरक्षित और समृद्ध हो रहे. हर कदम मायने रखता है. सतत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर सर. थैंक यू.
When we compare radio frequency signals with laser communication signals, we will come to know that laser communication is better than radio frequency signals, and it is also having some disadvantages, as everybody told you. When the cloud systems or any weather it is there, it is that contact loss or anything happens. Now let us see how this works. So for working, we will need some materials that are required for this. Materials, please. Materials. The materials are 2 laser diodes, LDR, Arduino Uno, and breadboard and jumper wire. We will need resistors for example 22 ohm and 10k ohm. Transistor BC547 or 2N222. Auto input or text signal generator. Small speaker, buzzer, lead output, power supply, 9V battery. Now let us see how it works or the steps. First step, transmitter setup. Here we have to connect the laser diode to an audio signal input or digital output pin for Arduino. Step 2, receiver setup. Place an LDR or photodiode in the line of sight of the laser. The receiver converts the changes in the light intensity back to the electrical signals. Signal output. Connect the output to the speaker, buzzer or lead. Microcontroller display. The received data can be reproduced, showing the successful data transmission. Step 4, demonstration. Show clear line sight of link between a 2 point between a message and voice note or Morse code. Working principles. Data encoding. Binary data is converted into off and on pulses. Transmission. The laser beam travels through free space such as air vacuum. Receptions. Photodiode detects the light intensity. Decoding. The electrical signal is processed to reconstruct the
common thing a person can think of that they can make a sort of pot from that, like they can make a pot for the plant, or but I feel like there's so many different things we can make from plastic, or even like different like if just give me an example like what you can just give me so I can just
So your idea for the reusability in this space is very clear.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do in this? How you are processing it?
Okay, like as we have seen, like there earlier, just like Chandrayaan, Mangalyaan, like the different, even if we take now SpaceX as if came to the being, and NASA. What earlier used to happen was the vehicle used to go, the rocket used to go into space and never return back. And the space right now is full of those vehicles, which is now useless, of course, because we cannot just extract them back to the earth. So now we actually need some, as we have almost, the space is full with them. The space is full with those debris which is no more useful. So I think that my aim is that we should make a rocket, like India has already worked on that. Now we need further development, much more development, because of course the West is ahead of us. So I think that we should make such rockets which go to the moon, Mars, or whichever planet we need to send it, and return to the...
Becomes clear after filters. Some sample project many remove water looks and sample bottom the two before. The purifier remove most of the impurities, simple and low-cost design, useful for home and industrial areas. This project so how filters help clean water. It teaches us the importance for purer water. Thank you for giving your precious time. जैसे पहाड़ पे पानी फिल्टर होता है ना, वैसे ही इसमें भी होता है. नहीं, कॉटन ना पार्टी मतलब वो जो जम्स होता है ना उसको सोखता है. हमारे इधर बाढ़ और सूखाव हमेशा आता रहता है, इसके लिए.
The honorable judges, today I, Moksh Sandwani from KIT World School, present you my innovative idea, drone deliveries. Have you ever seen an automated flying drone in the air and felt fascinated about it? But it is not just the drones which fly in the air. They can be used for multiple purposes. Next slide. First is drone deliveries. Drone deliveries are now being conducted in China and they are really magnificent. 3 lakh drones have been delivering in countries like China, USA, France, Russia and Denmark. But in India, the number counts to hundreds. And here we are to solve the problem of the cost that is being produced due to the drone deliveries. Can we have the next slide? With that, we also focus on disaster management. If anybody needs help and a human isn't available, machine does that work very efficiently and as faster as a human never could. Because in disaster, roads are broken. But why can't we make the help fly? So, next slide. Next slide. Introducing Flycart, our automated drone delivery system which focuses on disaster management and more efficient drone deliveries.
And it uses technology such as geospatial mapping to make sure that the way is the best and
मैं आपको आज एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर बोलने जा रहा हूँ। तो मेरा विषय है आपदा। आपदा यानी कि क्या? सबसे पहले मैं आपको आपदा का अर्थ समझाता हूँ। आपदा यानी कि ऐसे अचानक होने वाली घटना जो मानव निर्मित जीवन, संपत्ति और पर्यावरण को भारी नुकसान पहुँचाती है। इस आपदा के दो प्रकार की होती है। पहली प्राकृतिक आपदा जो भूकंप, सूखा, बाढ़, तूफान और बहुत कुछ, और दूसरी होती है मानव निर्मित आपदा जो हमसे निर्भर होती है, जैसे कि बम स्फोट, घर में गैस लीक के कारण आग लगना और बहुत कुछ। और इस आपदा का प्रबंध कैसे करें? आपदा का प्रबंध का मतलब है कि आपदा से पहले तैयारी करना, आपदा के समय से ही कार्रवाई करना और आपदा के बाद पुनर्वास करना। सरल शब्दों में कहा जाए तो आपदा को रोका नहीं जा सकता, लेकिन उसके प्रभाव को कम जरूर किया जा सकता है। आपदा से पहले क्या करें? आपदा से पहले आपने को लोगों में जागरूकता फैलाने के हम कर सकते हैं। आपदा के समय हमें सुरक्षित स्थानों की जानकारी रखना है, प्राकृतिक उपचार का ध्यान रखना है। और आपदा के समय क्या करना चाहिए? आपदा के समय आप सबसे पहले आपको घबराना नहीं है, एकदम शांत रहना है। दूसरी बात, अपनी और दूसरों की सुरक्षा का ध्यान रखना है। और तीसरी बात, बचाव दल के निर्देशों का पालन करते हुए हमें आगे बढ़ना है। और आपदा आके चली गई, यानी आपदा के बाद हमें क्या करना चाहिए? आपदा के बाद
It is a drone which help us to plant biodegradable seed pods, which help us in afforestation and reforestation. So, our world loses millions of trees every year due to deforestation and forest fires, and it is manual replanting is slow, costly, and manual replanting is slow, costly, and dangerous in rough terrains. And biodrones automates reforestation using biodegradable seed pods and AI-based planting drones. And it also blends the aerodynamics, material science, and sustainability for eco-innovation. So, the objective of making biodrones is it helps us to explore and understand the integration of biological elements with drone technology to create advanced, efficient, and eco-friendly aerial systems. This includes analyzing their design, functionality, applications in areas such as surveillance, agriculture.
A lightweight carbon fiber frame for stability and efficiency, and we would like to mention that we are not using our new, the material, be it carbon fiber. We are not generating a new material which could make drones more efficient. It is as the same as DJI uses, and we have a total approval by DGCA that it could fly efficiently and would cause no harm and lesser harm than any aviation device.
And also our drone design features a famous, well-known solar-power BARC-made system in which there are solar panels and boom batteries. We use boom batteries in our drones. Our drone comes after delivery, which ranges up to 40 to 50 kilometers per battery. So when the battery discharges, our drone simply go to the docking station and docks the new battery within 50 seconds.
With that, the question comes to your mind.
सूखा, चक्रवात, बाढ़, मानव निर्मित आपदाएं। नंबर 1, औद्योगिक दुर्घटना, परिवहन दुर्घटना, आतंकी हमले। धन्यवाद।
बेटा वही है कि आप लोगों ने प्रॉब्लम बताई, ठीक है, लेकिन आपने कोई सॉल्यूशन सोचा कि हम इस आपदा को इससे कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं? कोई है आपके दिमाग में? चलो आपने नहीं बनाया, आपके दिमाग में ऐसा
Automated servo mechanism for controlled seat release, and fourth, programmed flight path using GPS plus and AI mapping, and fifth, you have to use field tested dropping mechanism for accuracy. The advantages of this biodrone is rapid reforestation. It helps in planting many trees in per day, and it is eco-friendly, 100% biodegradable. It is cost effective, it reduces labor and time. It is accessible, works in terrains where humans can't reach. Smart agriculture, it can monitor soil moisture, soil health or over time. Future scope and conclusion of this. Enhancement of future, irrigation with AI-based growth monitoring, solar powered drones for longer missions, collaboration with government for large scale reforestation. Conclusion, biodrone is not just a drone, it is a green innovation for a sustainable planet. Let drones plant the forest let drones plant the forest of tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
So who made this presentation out of three?
Sir, we all.
Three or?
कौन सी क्लास में? सेवंथ में.
So from where you will get this idea? कहाँ से आपको आइडिया है ये?
So can I speak in Hindi?
Sir,
as we all know कि पेड़ बहुत कट रहे हैं आजकल, इससे ऑक्सीजन की कमी हो रही है, तो और उसे उगाना और बहुत महंगा है और इससे बहुत धीरे होता है उससे काम करना, तो हमने सोचा कि हम एक ड्रोन बनाते हैं जिससे जल्दी काम हो सके, तो हमने ये बायो ड्रोन बनाया. सोचा
बन गया बायो ड्रोन?
अभी सर आइडिया बनाया है.
So all three are in a one team?
Yes sir.
कौन क्या बनाएगा?
Yes sir.
एक ही क्लास में?
Yes sir.
कौन क्या बनाएगा बायो ड्रोन में?
सर तीनों हेल्प करेंगे.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Its introduction is an obstacle avoiding robot is an intelligent device that can automatically detect and avoid obstacle while moving. It uses sensor, motors and microcontroller to navigate safely. Commonly used in automation, robotics, competition and smart system. Its objective is to design a robot that can move on its own and avoid obstacle in its path. To understand the working of sensors and control system. To learn about autonomous navigation and basic robotics principle. Its components required are Arduino Uno, ultrasonic sensor like HCSR04, motor driver, DC motors and wheel, robot base, jump wires and battery. Working principle are the ultrasonic sensor detects the distance between the robot and any obstacle. If an obstacle is too close, the robot sends a signal to the microcontroller. The microcontroller commands the motor to stop or turn in another direction. The robot thus avoids collision and continues moving safely. Its application is used in autonomous vehicles and cleaning robots, helpful in industrial automation, used in rescue robots for obstacle detection, educational tool for learning and robotics and coding. Advantages are simple and cost effective, teaches basic robotics and automation, improve understanding of sensor and control logic, can be upgraded to advanced robot. Its limitations are works only in control environment, limited by sensor range and accuracy, cannot recognize different types of obstacle like transparent ones. Its conclusion are the obstacle avoiding robot is a great project to explore robotics, sensor and automation. It demonstrates how machines can make smart decisions using sensor, encourage creativity, innovation.
The next is boost global status of India. अगर इंडिया ने इस तरीके से
तरक्की की तो इसका हेल्प हमें इंडियन स्टेटस में मिलेगा, जो कि इंडिया जो है वो अभी 5th और 4th पोजीशन पे स्टैंड करेगा। वही अगर हम इस रिमोट सेंसिंग प्रोजेक्ट पे वर्क करेंगे तो वो हमारा स्टेटस बढ़ जाएगा। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। करंट चैलेंजेस, इंडिया जो है वो ईरान, इराक और रशिया जैसे कंट्री से रेयर अर्थ मिनरल्स और नेचुरल गैसेस इंपोर्ट कर रहा है। बट अभी जैसे अमेरिका का टैरिफ का जो है कंसेप्ट, उसके वजह से हमें वो और भी एक्सपेंसिव में मिलता रहा है, तो इसके कारण हमारा लॉट्स ऑफ मनी इसमें स्पेंड हो रहा है। तो ये चैलेंज इंडिया के सामने है। और भी एक चैलेंज है कि इंडिया के पास बहुत से रिजर्वायर्स है बट हमें पता नहीं है, तो हमें वो फाइंड करना है और इसके बेस पे ये प्रोजेक्ट है। नेक्स्ट, ये जो प्रोजेक्ट है मैपिंग रेयर अर्थ मिनरल्स इन इंडिया, वो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स लाइक 7th, 8th, 9th, 12th, 13 एंड 17 में हेल्प करता है, जो कि where is PPT?
Continue verbally.
Okay, I need to see the.
Without looking into it, you had this, your project, right?
Yeah. So,
आप हिंदी में समझा दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
हाँ,
क्या था प्रोजेक्ट पे मौजूद सी लाइन
कहाँ तक था, कहाँ आया था मैं? हाँ, राइट। हाँ, ये जो प्रॉब्लम है इंडिया फेस कर रहा है, तो इसके ऊपर हमें और भी वर्क करना पड़ेगा, न्यू डेवलपमेंट करना पड़ेगा। तो इसके लिए मैंने जो प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है, रिसेंटली चाइना ने बैंथोक्साइड नाम का जो मिनरल है वो सबसे एक्सपेंसिव है इस टाइम पे, और वो जो मिनरल है वो सिर्फ इंडिया और चाइना में ही मिलता है। जैसे कि ये सिर्फ 2 ही ऐसी कंट्री है जिसके नीचे रिजर्वायर्स हमारे ये है, और चाइना को ये फाइंड करने में 2 से 3 साल लगे। बट अगर हमने हाई एनर्जी स्पेक्ट्रोग्राफी यूज़ की, मतलब जिसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी हाई हो, आई मीन गामा रेज, उसके कारण हमें हाई एनर्जी मिलेगी, और लेस फ्रीक्वेंसी के कारण E = hc/λ। इससे हमें पता चलता है कि एनर्जी इज इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू वेवलेंथ। सो अगर हमने गामा रेज यूज़ किया तो जो मिनरल्स है जो हमें सर्च करने हैं, उनका जो इफ़ेक्ट है वो हमें ठीक से समझ में आएगा। मतलब जो कितने भी रेयर हो हम उसे फाइंड कर सकते हैं ईजिली। तो इस टाइप के अगर हमने इन्वेंशन इसमें ऐड कर दिया रिमोट सेंसिंग में, और इस काइंड के सैटेलाइट अगर हमने स्पेस में सेट कर दिए, तो जो काम चाइना को करने में 2 से 3 साल लगे वो हम कुछ दिन में कर पाएंगे। और जैसे कि ये सबसे एक्सपेंसिव है, तो इंडिया डेफिनेटली फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे जा पाएगा ग्लोबल स्टेटस में। प्लीज़। सो इस स्लाइड्स में वर्किंग की एंड टेक्निक्स, मतलब रिमोट सेंसिंग कैसे वर्क करता है और उसके टाइप्स क्या है ये समझाया है। रिमोट सेंसिंग जो है वो दूर से, रिमोट नाम में ही है, रिमोट मतलब दूर से सेंस करना। जैसे पोजीशन हम जहाँ पे हम जा नहीं सकते उस पोजीशन से हम डाटा कलेक्ट करते हैं, उसको रिमोट सेंसिंग बोलते हैं। उसके टाइप्स जो होते हैं वो, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। एक्टिव एंड पैसिव। एक्टिव में जो है पैसिव में जो है हम नेचुरल सनलाइट यूज़ करते हैं, जिससे कि जो नेचुरल है उसका मतलब लाइट्स एंड IR रेज, इसकी हेल्प से हम डिटेक्ट करते हैं। और दूसरा है एक्टिव रिमोट सेंसिंग, जिसमें हम रेडियो वेव सेंड करते हैं, जैसे कि रडार एंड लीडार। जो वेव्स हम सेंड करते हैं उसकी हेल्प से हम डाटा कलेक्ट करते हैं। जनरली जो माइनिंग होती है उसके लिए रडार सिस्टम यूज़ किया जाता है, बट जो रेयर अर्थ मिनरल्स है उसका डिटेक्शन इससे बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होता है, इसलिए जो है इनोवेशन मैंने किया है। नेक्स्ट, यही जो इनोवेशन मैंने आपको बताया था कि हाउ इट वर्क्स, डिटेक्शन प्रोसेस। मैंजोनाइट, बेंटोसाइट्स, बेसेंथराइट एंड जेनोटाइम एक्सेट्राज मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव जो इंडिया में होते हैं। तो उससे हम अगर मॉडर्न स्पेक्ट्रोग्राफी यूज़ की है तो हम उनके वेवलेंथ और जो हाई एनर्जी अल्फा पार्टिकल गामा रेज है उसकी हेल्प से हम वो डिटेक्ट इजीली कर सकते हैं। और इसमें अगर हम चाहे तो 21st सेंचुरी में AI का ट्रेंड ज़्यादा है, तो AI का भी हेल्प ले सकते हैं हम इसमें। तो जो ये स्पेक्ट्रोमीटर्स है वो हम इस सैटेलाइट में इस तरीके से बिठाएंगे कि जो गामा रेज है वो हम जनरल यूज़ करेंगे जहाँ पर पॉपुलेशन कम हो, जहाँ पे वाइल्ड लाइफ एरिया हो, मतलब उसका इफेक्ट हमारे ह्यूमन पे भी नहीं पड़ेगा। नेक्स्ट, अबे इनोवेशन करने के बेनिफिट्स क्या होंगे? फर्स्ट तो एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी और इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, ये तो एक डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल जैसा है, क्योंकि अगर हमारे पास ज़्यादा एनर्जी होगी तो उससे हम ज़्यादा डेवलपमेंट करेंगे, और ज़्यादा डेवलपमेंट होगा तो इकोनॉमिक्स भी ग्रोथ होगा, और टेक्निकल इंडिपेंडेंस एंड इंडिया में जॉब के भी प्रॉब्लम है तो इसका भी सोल्यूशन हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. सो कंक्लूजन, रिमोट सेंसिंग इज द की टू द पाथवे ऑफ सक्सेस ऑफ इंडिया, अचीविंग द ड्रीम ऑफ डॉक्टर APJ अब्दुल कलाम, जो कि था इंडिया को सेल्फ रिलायंस बनाना. थैंक यू. आई एम एक्साइटेड टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस.
आपने सही है कि फाइंड कर लिए, ठीक है, गामा रेज से, लेकिन डिफरेंशिएट कैसे करोगे ये कौन सा मिनरल है?
सर, जो फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट होता है, मतलब सपोज हमने हाई एनर्जी पार्टिकल्स जो है वो जेनो टाइम पे अगर वो हिट किया तो वो जिस टाइप के जो इलेक्ट्रॉन एमिट करेगा उसकी जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो फ्रीक्वेंसी हम सैटेलाइट से डिटेक्ट करेंगे यूजिंग स्पेक्ट्रोग्राफी, और इससे हमें पता चलेगा कि हमें वो मिनरल्स कौन सा मिलना चाहिए वहाँ पे.
कैटेगराइजेशन इज देयर? AI आपने कहा जैसे AI यूज करेंगे तो AI उस सेंस में कैसे यूज होगा?
गुड क्वेश्चन सर. क्या है कि जो सपोज हमें किसी पोजीशन पे मिक्स होता है, मतलब ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ मिनरल्स आर देयर, बट हमें अगर प्रिसाइजली डिफाइन करना है तो हमें AI का यूज़ लेना पड़ेगा उस हेल्प में. थैंक यू.
Yes, 41 and 43.
41 and 43.
Yes.
38 there.
38 is there. Use. For example, like for methamphetamine, we add certain other drugs as well. So for labs, those illicit labs or clandestine labs, this emit certain high temperature ones or certain emissions which can be seen by our hyperspectral imaging satellite. For example, we are using HYSIS, which is invented by ISRO only. Yes, and when it is transported, we can, the AI trafficking would take its role over there.
Have you done something for your project, or it isn't just an idea?
It's just a budding idea right now.
Yes. It could be integrated with the other ideas also, that other satellites or those India remote sensing organization.
You are from Delhi or?
We are from Delhi. Yeah. Pritampura.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Sir, what do you think could also be added in the presentation? Or oh, I forgot to add one more point. The feasibility, it would be around rupees 50 to 60 CR, but it could be reduced depending on the AI which is already being developed. Any other thing which you think should be added?
It should be first, what is your idea?
Okay.
How you are implementing?
रियल टाइम नेविगेशन को दिखाएगा, और आई ट्रैकिंग सेंसर है जो आंखों की हर एक मूवमेंट को रिकॉर्ड करेगा, और सामने आने वाले जो ऑब्स्टेकल है उससे पहले ही बताएगा AI के थ्रू. और जो माइक्रो कंट्रोलर है जो कि जो ब्लाइंड पर्सन रहते उनको डायरेक्शन दिखाना फॉर गूगल मैप्स के थ्रू उनको हेल्प करेगा. और हमारा जो ग्लास है यहाँ पे एक कैमरा भी दिया गया है, क्योंकि जो ब्लाइंड पर्सन है सपोज़ उनके घर वाले उनका ख्याल करते होंगे वो कहाँ गए वगैरह, तो हमारा जो कैमरा है कैमरा के थ्रू उनको पता भी चलेगा कि ये पर्सन कहाँ पे क्या नहीं. और हमारे जो ग्लास है उसमें अलर्ट सिस्टम भी हमने डाला है, जो कि सामने आया जो ऑब्स्टेकल है उसको कैसे बताता है। वो बजर मोटर है और वाटर स्प्रिंकलर है और वाइब्रेटिंग मोटर के थ्रू वो पहले ही वार्न कर देता है कि सामने कुछ ऑब्स्टेकल है। फिर HUD जो कि हेड अप डिस्प्ले, आज हम देखते हैं कि हमें कहाँ पे भी जाना होता है हम गूगल मैप के थ्रू जाते हैं, एक हाथ से गाड़ी चलाते एक हाथ से मोबाइल देखते। हमारे क्लास में वैसा नहीं, माइक्रोफोन होने के कारण वो पहले मतलब हैंड फ्री नेविगेशन हो जाता है, हमें मतलब एक्सीडेंट का खतरा जो रहता है वो कम हो जाता है। हमने इसमें GPS ट्रैकर वगैरह लगाए जो आई कंट्रोल, जो आइज़ के हर एक मूवमेंट को कैप्चर करता है। सपोज़ अगर ड्राइवर को गाड़ी चलाते हुए नींद लग जाती है तो हमारा जो सेंसर है अगर 3 सेकंड से ज़्यादा अगर अपनी आंखें बंद होती है तो वाटर स्प्रिंकलर की मदद से उसको जगा सकता है, नहीं तो बजर, नहीं तो बजर के, नहीं तो वाइब्रेटर्स के थ्रू उसे जगा सकता है। और रियल टाइम जो डाटा है वो रिएक्शन टू प्रोवाइड, जो एक्सीडेंट होने से पहले ही बता देता है कि AI के थ्रू। और रिलेटेड इनोवेशंस, ये हमारा फ्यूचरिस्टिक प्रोजेक्ट होने के कारण फ्यूचर जो AI का यूज़ इसमें हमने ज़्यादा किया है।
Through the cold side, it cools and then passes out in the atmosphere. Also, the heat from the hot side is absorbed by the aluminum fins, which we have applied at the back of the Climacool. Also,
can we have the next slide? So this is our actual Climacool. This is the outer body and this is the inner body and mechanism. Next slide. So Climacool acts such. Here we have 2 sheets of activated charcoal where we have trapped charcoal here, and this is the exhaust fan. The air enters from this side, and as it enters the activated charcoal layer, the air purifies and cools from that side. Can you have the next slide? So we are seeing Climacool as an alternative for our regular ACs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are showing that how it looks from the inside. It's not like proper working because you cannot show cool air coming from a video.
No, I thought probably is some animation like CO2 is coming and it is.
Yes, we have right there. पिछली side कर दे. हाँ जी. So these 2 are the activated charcoal layers. We saw an exhaust fan which was right here. The air enters from.
Of trekking tours and multiple disaster management agencies. We've planned to upgrade our oxygen bottle to an oxygen cylinder right here with a stabilizer ahead. And same with the inflation feature and surveillance module.
Disaster management is not only about curbing disasters like tsunamis, earthquakes, or floods. It is also about that some disasters are often overlooked just because they occur in remote areas like mountains, and this leads to death, which is often ignored. So this is exactly where our product excels at, in providing aid to both the rescue operators and ourselves in saving lives which are lost due to last rescues.
In the end, Savdhan is not just a product, it's a movement to make safety accessible, smart and strong.
Savdhan lo, savdhan raho. Thank you.
Very good, very nice presentation, both of you. So from where you will get this idea you need?
Raniganj.
Raniganj? Yeah. So how your jacket?
Various type of disaster can be occurred, just like a Bhuj, Kedarnath, Uttarakhand, and Indian Ocean tsunami, and Mumbai buildings collapse. Another, the problems information coming late when disaster strikes, information and information coming to lake to a security office and the NDRF polices. That also.
Coolers we get, they create a lot of humid environment in the room. So we try to find an alternative which was between the both. So it is better. It tries to match the level of an air conditioner. Obviously, it can't do that because it doesn't have any chemicals or something. But it is a bit better than cooler as it doesn't creates any humidity or something.
So do you feel in today's world people will, or probably in the flat culture, people will prefer something that has come up with charcoal?
Yes, sir. We have the charcoal comes is a part of the model. The customer or the consumer has not to add charcoal manually. It comes as a part of model, and our targeted audience is lower middle class and middle class because air conditioners are usually for like not everyone can afford it, and we need a better alternative.
Cooling, we do have data within approximately 1 hour of cooling.
It was like in the first trials, 15 to 20 minutes, we noticed a drop of
4 to 5 degrees Celsius.
What is the room size you have considered?
We did it in our classrooms, normal room size. Yes.
If I am having the hall, assume 1000 square feet hall of mine. So for that, what type of
we have targeted it for like houses and the classrooms. We have not like large scaled it for that much.
No, that's fine. So a generic proportion that if a room is let us say 150 square feet room or maybe 200 square feet. So for what should be the dimensions of your product in that scenario?
Our product is the size of our product is same as of the AC. We can increase its productivity and power as the size of the room increases.
So you don't have currently any dimensions for the size of your product?
We have it, sir. So this is where for a comparison, this is the normal AC body.
So when I say dimensions, I mean length, width.
It's
in that sense, I am asking weight.
3 meter by 1 meter. 3 meter by 3 meters is approximately like 20 centimeters.
So nowhere you have mentioned the dimensions, is it?
Not the exact like particular lengths, not, but it's comparatively.
Weight is around 16 grams. It depends on the actual.
So probably you need to make a study on that, your dimension. That is most important, because even if tomorrow your product is to be taken out, unless you are very clear with the weight of your product, and most importantly the proportion, that if the room size is different, you know AC, you have been talking about AC. So if you go to AC and if you have to buy, then the first question is that what is your room size? Then only the turns or all the dimensions will come into the picture. So for your product, the initiation is what is the size of your product, and with this size, what is the appropriate room size where it can fit in. So the next discussion will take up after that.
Yes. Also, we have microcontroller sensors inside, which can basically get all the details of.
So you have made a statement that India world's first system. So on what basis you have made that statement? I think you're the first that you have made a statement that probably India's first or world's first system, isn't it, this one?
Yes, sir.
So on what basis?
We've checked, we tried to get a patent for it and we tried to register it, but it is still under process. So we got an estimation and we tried to find from exhibitions that is there any prototype as such, and we were unable to find till now.
So have you applied for patent?
Yes,
Is that what
sir.
you're saying?
Yes, sir.
So have you got anyone to guide you that how to apply for patent?
Yes, sir. We have, yes, sir. So Climacool reflects how innovation and sustainability can coexist. In future, we plan to enhance it further with phase change materials, which will increase the cooling and lower the electricity bills, and IoT connectivity to make it even smarter.
What is the cost?
It's around 12,000, the average cost, the base.
Our vision is to make cooling technology truly sustainable, one that provides you comfort in these sunny summers and without contributing to any climate change in the environment.
That was Climate Cool.
Cool your world, save ours.
Thank you.
Charvi Chawla.
Wise Words by Zora Neale. With that, we'd like to start a presentation. Today, I, Saranj Garg,
And I, Vaibhav.
are here to present our project, Roots. Roots stands for Resilient or Organic Optimization for Targeted Sustainability.
Next. Okay, so the global population is projected to be approx 10 billion by the time we reach 2050, and that would lead to at least a 30% increase in the food production needs of the people on Earth. This would require a sustainable farming method, which would increase the food production rates, and which clearly is lacking right now because due to the problem of weeds and other related things, they hinder productivity and biodiversity and soil health. Next. So it's a fact that we search on Google that weed contributes to a 92,000 crore losses in economic damage in India, which is due to small farms lacking labor, tech access, and weed biology awareness, which leads to such losses due to weed and other pests and disease spread.
Weeds reduce productivity up to by 33%, increasing production cost by 20%. That makes it very difficult for small farmers to manage weeds as well as grow crops
Next.
for economical purposes. So, what does Root aim to solve? Roots basically aims to solve three major problems. First is lack of weed detection in large fields which go uncovered. Second, traditional methods miss hidden weeds in fields. Also, roots will help to detect weeds at an early stage. That will help weeds in the fields.
Okay, so Roots uses AI to detect and remove weeds. It takes a picture using the camera which would be installed on a rover, which would search through the image and distinguish between a weed and a plant which needs to be removed and what does not need to be removed. The AI uses diverse data sets including different weed types and different weather conditions and lightings so that it can cater to the different lightings and conditions of different farming fields. And it can also distinguish between early and late growth stages which could help in removing the weeds at an early stage before it causes any damage to the crops.
This is an example of an input that our AI will get.
Okay, so this is the flow of the AI detection system, where it first takes an input image and then processes it into simple geometrical shapes for which the AI can simply process through it and get to whether it's a weed or not a weed. It uses multiple techniques, convolution, which first divides the images into multiple data sets, and average pool, which takes the average of all those data sets and puts it in front. And max pool takes the maximum of those predictions and uses it to further continue on its predictions. Concatenation then merges all those predictions and creates a formal response in the type of weed or not weed. And it also excludes some data sets and neural networks so that it does not repeat itself or cause any issue in the detection system. Next.
So after we had created a solution,
Can I continue? Yeah. So, Father Dhaniram had problems detecting weeds and plucking them out manually so that he did not get time to plant crops in plantation and they were not ready by cultivation season. So, our AI model with 85% plus accuracy 85+% accuracy, detected weeds and helped them locate the major areas of weed growth. And we also did our field test of a rover on a small 1 acre land so that we could understand more the fundamental and mechanics of weed plucking using actuated claws, and figure out how we can actually make it feasible for every farmer to use, and how it can dispose of it autonomously without any farmer initiation. Next slide. Yeah, our presentation is over. This is just the conclusions are left, and the skeleton of a code we have in a single file. Just scroll. This is the skeleton of the code in a Google Colab slide. That is basically us training the model, and us actually prototyping the model, AI model based system. Can you just skip to the conclusions?
The major problem across the globe is the farming has to be vertical
Yes.
line, right? Because it becomes difficult for the even AI or for even the tractor or even robot to detect, and it may possible that rather than picking up the weed, it may pick up the actual crop. So do you have any solution for that?
Our solution for that was that first of all, our AI base has to be trained extensively so that the AI model actually detects the weeds and the plants separately, so that it can only detect the weeds and send the location of the weeds to the rover. And
if you understand, even China is struggling, India is struggling, most of the countries, rather every country is struggling, because as of now there is no explicit clarity available what has to be considered as a weed and what has to be considered as a food, at least from the AI per se. So what is the solution you are having?
Right now, at least, we have, according to the data we got 75 to 80% of the weed detection correct, and this is the data that we used. So this is the train accuracy data. We basically, in this section, we put the training data back into the AI. So this is the results that we got according to that. And then we put foreign data, which wasn't trained to the AI to begin with, and with that we got a bit low results, but it was still considerably good. The low results can be mitigated if we train it more, though it cannot be perfect because this is AI and it's a neural network, and even our human brains work on neural networks.
New sort of a weed or new sort of a crop is to be done, and if we get an image out of it, so your model at this point of time, is it capable to decide whether it is a weed or whether it is actual crop?
At this point, we have only trained the model on certain specific data models and data images that was we collected from farmers, as we told before, Bathua and Amaranthus, that were more prominently found in fields. So we trained to identify Bathua and Amaranthus at this point, but as we go on, we identify more weeds in the coming time. Every day more weeds are identified, and this is an AI based model that can be trained on every weed that comes. For example, if 2 years down the line, the case study we had done locally around near Delhi NCR in Haryana. We went to a farmer. The crop was wheat, because major loss of crop is in wheat. And near Haryana only we went, and there was a farmer, Mr. Dhaniram ji. The estimated cost would be about 10,000 to 15,000 per piece with the AI models and the rover.
This 10K model, it will cover up 1 acre, half acre?
The 10K model can cover up at least on single charge. On a single charge, it can cover up 5 acres of land, and there will be a charging station included with the model that will help it cover the whole field that you have provided. Basically, it is that whenever you will buy a kit, basically you buy a roots kit. The person that will go to install the roots kit will first scan your whole field, make an online grid model of it. That will actually help the AI to navigate and mark the location of the weed, so that the rover can actually commute to the position and actually plug the weed. For 1 acre, when we did the sample test, it took us 1.5 hours to actually detect, set up, detect, and actually remove all the weeds in the field.
So when you say remove, how it
No. Could you go back to the working video? It has actuator-based claws that.
So if it is picking up something that is as a weight, okay,
Uh-huh.
where it will store? Means whatever it is.
It was not store. It will have a regulated and a dedicated dumping site that will be specified with the farmer in the corner on a.
So you mean to say it will pick up the weed, it will go to that place,
And then it will come back.
and come back.
Yes, and then it will do the second weed.
Okay, but then it is so the farmer has to make a specific arrangement for this model to go to the dumping yard and come back.
No. Farmer, the field has specific rows, as you specified. The field has specific rows, and there are specific columns. So we are using that. So for that specific rows and column, we make that grid. Our rover had a ground clearance of about a half a meter, so that it could actually commute over crops and from the side of the crops. It will first go to the specified coordinates. It will use its actuator claws to pick up the weed, and then it will follow the same path that it came from to the dumping site.
So that's fine. So you are talking about the path that I agree, no doubt.
Yeah. So there.
To throw out the weed, there has to be some place available, right?
Yeah, it can be a corner of a field, or it can be a hole in the corner of a field that can be used as a dumping site for the weed.